Some people just want to watch world fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 397. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
And I'm the intern.
Yay! Everyone's here except Jim. That bastard.
He be in Florida.
Where in the world is Jim? Florida. Well, thanks, Jeff. You ruined that bit.
Well, it was a terrible bit.
I was going to tell you, do it, Rockapella. Anyways.
You could have had, guess where Jim is, and he could have sent in a description of where he was at currently.
Oh, yeah, here's the description. Florida.
Here's a description. He's drunk.
Here's a description. Florida man.
Illinois? Is that where he's at?
No, Alabama.
Oh, okay. No, he's not welcomed in Alabama. We've talked about this. Let's see here. We got a lot to talk about this week. We got some good times here. I'm out next week, so
That's a great time.
it is. I'm on vacation again. So
I know, vacation every month. That seems nice.
This is the last one for a while.
This is the last one until September.
Well, I am off for a long weekend because Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 17th through the 19th. Get your tickets now at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Hobie will be there. We got some panels we're going to be running. You know what we won't be doing at those panels? Breaking a microphone that Brian just did over there. What the hell did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here.
I think you just broke a microphone.
I think that
Jesus.
was a ghost.
Ooh.
Bob Studios are haunted.
You should not be a ghost at Cincinnati Comic Expo. You can get your tickets now. CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Artist Andy Bennett was just announced today. Not the singer. It's different
Isn't
Bennett.
that Tony Bennett?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
It's
who's
not
Andy Bennett?
unusual
Tony
to be
Bennett's son.
loved.
And that's
by
Tom
anyone.
Jones.
Tom Jones. or
No, we both
Carlton
just made
Banks.
up the exact same name at the same time.
What does Tony Bennett sing?
I left my heart in San Francisco.
Oh, that fucking song. That's awful. Gavin Smith will be there. He's probably a better singer than Tony Bennett. Voice actor Greg Berger. He was Mysterio, Kraven the Hunter, Spirit from G.I. Joe. Not the Cinnamon. Not the
Stallion of the Cinnamon.
No.
Is it Berger or Burger? I can't trust your pronunciation.
I wouldn't either. Artist David Michael Beck's going to be there. I don't know. We got a lot of people. Red Ranger Austin St. John. Looks very intimidating in that picture. Let's see here. Artist Renee Wittersatter. She did She-Hulk, Jurassic Park. Tim Sale is going to be there. Yellow Ranger. Stop it. Tracy Lynn Cruz.
A Yellow Ranger.
A Yellow Ranger. Not the Yellow Ranger.
No.
And Felicia Day is going to be there. So there you go.
I was a little bummed when they said that Katie Sackhoff wasn't going to be there.
She is not going to be
yeah.
there. They had some scheduling conflicts. We're not.
That's what they're saying.
We're not happy with that. But that's okay.
I have a feeling that that's going to be pretty common for a lot of these expos now that stuff's, filming now.
Yeah.
Productions are ramping back up, so people probably book these expos and cons like ahead, before.
Before their real livelihood
right,
gets
yeah,
back
exactly.
For
online.
money-making opportunities.
I think a lot of the, you're talking like people are like, well, why can't we get these huge stars? And I think a lot of them are, like you said, they have jobs right now, and I think they're hesitant because they have no idea. And
Yeah, like
not everything's opening back up yet, so I think that's part of it too. Or if it is, well,
Or closing back down.
closing back down, whatever. But Hobie's open. Bob Studios is open.
we're open for now.
For this week.
We're vaccinated.
We are.
We are vaccinated.
Are we?
I am.
We are. I thought you were, but
Oh, do I need a vaccination passport
I'll be honest,
to get in
Blake.
here?
I'll be honest, Blake. At this fucking time, I don't give a shit. That's fine. If you get sick for me, that's your own fault. I can't handle it anymore. You know?
What if you're sick and have the antibodies? Do you still need the vaccination?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'll be honest.
Science.
At this point,
Vaccination is giving you antibodies.
it's your right to do anything you want with it. You just go right on ahead.
You do you.
Yep.
I am vaccinated, just for the record.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. I would prefer you do so we can get back to normal even more. But you know what?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to be here like the flu anyway.
That's right. Yep. Anyways, moving on. Let's get some lighthearted stuff. Jackie Mason died.
Yeah.
Why is it lighthearted? He outlived his life. I thought he died 6 years ago.
yeah, I'm about to say you just died. Or?
I didn't even know he was still alive.
Hey, I didn't either. Chicken soup for the soul.
Oh, I didn't know. Wait.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you thought he was Jackie Gleason.
Right to the moon? Is that the moon guy?
Yeah, to the moon. House,
Okay,
yeah.
to the moon house. Okay.
No, but I just remember we'd mentioned Jackie Gleason. You're like, I hate him, and then you would do a Jackie Mason impersonation.
He is an asshole.
Why?
Jackie
Both of
Gleason?
them. Fuck them both.
Because her name's Jackie?
Yes, that's it. I don't know. Jackie Mason annoys me because he had that fucking Chicken Soup for the Soul TV show that was on for like 2 seasons. That was the worst shit ever. I only saw the commercials. So ever since then, I had a grudge against that fucking guy. Fuck
You
him.
can fast forward through those.
No, I can't. Not back then. Go back then.
He's got a point.
I'll be honest, I don't even know who that is. So
Jackie Mason? Let me see if I can
Have you
get it.
seen The Jerk?
yeah,
He was the guy who owned the gas station that Naven worked at.
okay,
He hates these cans.
okay.
Yeah, he had a hard time. He was banned in Hollywood for a long time because of a mistake of him showing his middle finger on, like, was it TV back in the 60s or something?
Was it
that piece of shit?
Larson or
It
one of
was
the
on,
talk shows?
I think it was on some kind of talk show
Ed
or
Sullivan,
something like
maybe?
that. Yeah, it was one of those weird things where back in the day he was, using hand gestures and they thought he was flipping them the bird. And then he was like banned for like 20, 30 years from all media. And so, yeah, you see he got a role in The Jerk, but his first major role that he got, unfortunately, was like Caddyshack 2. After that, I mean, just unofficially speaking, but then after that he got some more gigs and all that kind of deal. But yeah, for a long time he was banned in Hollywood.
He was in the, oh no, that's it. Chicken Soup TV series, premiered September 12th, 1989. Final
God,
episode.
was that old?
Final episode, November 7th, 1989.
So 2 weeks, not 2 or 2 months, not 2 years.
And because of that, I fucking hate that guy. Because of those fucking commercials.
2 months and 89.
That asshole. Let's see here. We got candy. That says
We got some Pez's.
we got some Pez from you, Jeff.
We've got some of our salted caramel brownie Oreos left, but not by the end of the night. They will
I apologize for that. My son had a sleepover last night, and I'm sure they broke into it.
be. Well, yeah, but there were not a lot missing.
So let me explain. On Monday, I went to this boot camp that I've been doing, and my personal trainer there, his sons came over on Sunday to play wiffle ball with my son. They all know each other. They're friends and all that stuff. I come into 5:30 a.m. on Monday morning. First thing I hear is, Brigger, my kids ratted you out. Why do you have Pop-Tarts and Oreos in your office? And I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? He's like, they told me you had some Pop-Tarts, some Oreos. I was like, oh, that's in the podcast room. We do that, like eat something, kind of odd every week, or we have something.
It's for
He's like,
scientific research.
and he's like, Pop-Tarts don't seem odd to me. I was like,
Well, let me tell you the flavor, sir.
it's like, son of a
I would
bitch.
look at him and say, what do you mean rat it out? I fucking eat Pop-Tarts and Oreos.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm here? That's why I work off the Pop-Tarts and Oreos.
Want me eating Oreos and Pop-Tarts because it keeps me coming back.
So then I got home, I looked up my oldest, and I was like, thanks. So
What happens in the Bob Studios stays in
That's
the Bob
right.
Studios.
So he didn't complain about the Pez, though, because Pez
he
is
said there
good
was
for
candy,
ya.
and he's like, Who brought Reese's cups? That's not an odd food. I was like, oh, that's our intern.
Yeah.
Well, if it's these small miniatures, it is, because
Yes.
I only go with naturals.
That's right.
Big naturals.
Yeah. 1970s naturals. Ugh.
So fluffy and not shaved? Is that what you
Yes.
mean? Okay.
That's right. Like you.
Gherkin size.
The size of a pickle?
No, gherkin.
Let's.
A pickle.
You can look it up.
I
No.
think you mean merkin.
Merkin, yeah, that's what I meant. Well, some guys are gherkins. Some people like merkins.
Anyways. Brian, whatever your name is. Brian, have you watched anything?
Whatever.
Yeah. We caught the season 2 premiere of Ted Lasso.
Did huge numbers for Apple
Yeah,
TV.
huge.
We'll get that for you. Go ahead. And?
Loved it. I mean, it was picked up like right where it left off, and it's probably my favorite show right now.
It's going to win the Emmy.
Yeah.
Even though it's on Apple and you have to pay for that, and there's not as many people streaming Apple. How much does an Apple TV cost? monthly?
$5 a month,
$5 a month.
I believe.
Yeah, they have
one
the
beer.
They have the morning show.
Yeah.
They have a ton of
Ted Lasso.
They have
Snoopy.
Yeah, they have a ton of content, actually, way more than I thought, because I was scrolling through, and after we watched Ted Lasso, so
Are you talking original content?
yeah,
Yeah.
so this year, and like last year, they just dropped the whole season, but this year they're doing it every Friday, which we didn't know, so we were like, all right, we got our Saturday morning, like Friday night planned out, so we start, and then we're like, oh wait, we got to wait till next week? But we were scrolling through, and we actually found another show. It's a new show. It's called Schmigadoon.
Yes, the singing one, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's Cecily Strong and Keegan Michael Key.
My future wife.
Keegan
Michael Key?
Doesn't matter. Either of them. They're both sexy.
So the premise is like they're a couple who are like having problems. They go on this like couples retreat hike thing, and they end up getting sucked into a 1940s musical. It sounds bizarre, but it's hilarious.
It's getting great reviews.
Yeah. So,
Now, if you order Apple content in streaming, is it compatible with Androids and non-Apple products? Or do you have to buy an adapter?
no,
No?
you don't have to
It's
buy
not
an
compatible?
adapter.
Do you have? I'm not being an asshole here. Do you have to buy the box anymore, or is it just an app?
It's the app.
Okay.
It's an app now.
It's an app on our, like we have it on our Fire Stick.
Okay.
I know it's an app on the PlayStation.
Because that was the big
It's
thing.
Sitting there, and I'm like, why are you on the front page when I don't have you, but something I have is on the second page?
The
Playboy channel is on the
Max
second.
all the time, but they don't give it across the top for me. I got to go digging for it.
The Spice Channel is supposed to be on the first page, not the second.
Reruns of Dunes on the Spice Channel, right?
Dune. Yes, I got it now.
Speaking of Dune, did you see the new trailer?
Yeah, I still don't know what happened.
Shyamalan.
Lots of desert.
Well, yeah, so you know it's happening.
Yeah.
Mo'Adib.
Was there a worm in it? I can't remember.
There was a worm in it.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful.
At the bottom of the tequila bottle, Jason.
Yeah, I'm going to need tequila to watch that shit.
All the sand people drink tequila bottles.
I'd rather
And
watch-
They eat the worms at the bottom of the
What is
bottle.
that, Alita or whatever that is? I'd rather watch that shit.
I think you meant Valerian, but
Well, I could do that too.
Alita
Either.
Battle Angel. You're
Yeah.
just everything that
Pittsburgh
Nerd
whatever.
likes.
Doesn't matter. Hell, I would watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, Episode 1 again.
No, you
No,
you wouldn't.
Dune's got to
rather
be above 3.4.
Watch the Wrath of Khan with the worm in the ear scene.
No, don't want to watch that scene again.
Did you
Kind of
guys
have to fast forward through that scene.
Did you guys see the Ghost Riders trailer today? The new one, Afterlife?
I did not.
Ghost Riders?
Oh, sorry, Ghost Hunter,
Busters?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, you had me thinking like they were making a new Ghost Rider.
Sorry,
movie.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, exactly.
No, with not Nicolas Cage, I hope. But
Ghostbusters.
Is he riding a pig instead of a motorcycle?
It's got flames on it. Ghostbusters, Afterlife. I was not really that. I like Ghostbusters. I don't get the appeal as much as everything else, like everybody else does with it. Like I like Ghostbusters a lot, but I haven't fallen in love with it. Second one was a shitty movie.
Yes.
And when they said they're redoing a third one, or making a third one, I'm like, okay, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, the women one.
The remake or...
Melissa McCarthy was awful. And that was just bad writing. It wasn't that it was all women, it was just bad writing.
I think giving the script, it was okay.
The newest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I laughed a lot, so.
I like Ghostbusters.
I laughed a little.
My enjoyment of Ghostbusters comes from the animated cartoon when I was growing up on Saturday mornings. Seriously, that was the original was good, but, you know.
My love of Ghostbusters comes from the TV show from the 70s.
With the ape?
With the ape.
Yep. They replayed that, yeah. So, Ghostbusters Afterlife, the first trailer was like, looks good, I'll go see it, whatever. They released the new one today. It looks damn good. Unfortunately, the spoilers that I read about the plot online like 6 or 12 months ago looks like it's true.
You need to stop reading spoilers.
I was on Reddit. I was excited I got on Reddit. I didn't know how I got there, but I got on it.
It's easy to get on Reddit. Half the things you search for send you to Reddit.
Okay, but I didn't know how to get out then.
Oh, okay.
It's like a black hole.
I don't think you're actually ever out of Reddit.
I'm still in it.
Yeah, we're all still in it.
But it looks good. It looks enjoyable. Did you see it, Brian?
I have not seen it.
It's on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas. Did you see it, Jeff, Blake?
No.
Oh, my God. Okay, you guys are killing me here.
But I've been watching a lot of other stuff, though.
What have you watched?
No, keep talking about your love for Ghostbusters.
That was it. That's all I had. It looks good. It looks like a very nostalgic type of film, and it looks very well done. Like, they're not mocking the past, but they're acknowledging it, and it looks enjoyable. And Paul Rudd's in it, so you can't go wrong with that.
Finn Wolfhard's in it, too.
Yes, from Stranger Things. And also Dan Aykroyd, tequila maker, is in it. The tequila guy. And from Nothing But Trouble.
Ah, that Dan Aykroyd.
Yes,
Okay.
that Dan Aykroyd. And Caddyshack 2.
And I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Is that the second Caddyshack 2 reference we've had so far in this episode?
It's too many.
Oh, we're getting up to 5 today. We're getting up to 5. Blake, what do you got? Give me something you watched.
All right, so I professed, my love for Black Summer, season 1 and season 2. And I went back to watch season 1 again, which kind of made it funny for me for watching the opening of season 2, because the guy that, spoiler alert, never dies in season 1 that you're like, this guy's going to die. He's so stupid, he's going to die. And then he lives. And then he shows up the next time, does something stupid, and he dies in the first scene in episode 2. But based off of that and the relation to Z Nation, because it's basically the same makers, however, Black Summer is a better thing than Z Nation, and you're like, Z Nation sucked. I was like, well, let me go look at it, because I did enjoy Black Summer seasons 1 and season 2, and I can only get to 2 episodes of Z Nation before I was like, there's a lot of plot holes in this, and this is horrible. I can't stand it.
Maybe they'll fix the plot holes as it goes on, and they're not really plot holes.
Speaking from
plot points.
I'll step in here, Blake. Blake and I have watched The Walking Dead for 9.5 years. They don't fix the plot holes. They don't fix those plot holes. Spoilers.
But that's what I liked about, Black Summer, is the fact that a lot of characters didn't have, plot shield protection.
Yeah.
So they can die. But you figure out who the main characters are eventually, which is good. But, I did Z Nation, and then I was doing stuff on my computer, and I needed a background noise. Besides, I watched that. I needed something I could ignore, and fortunately, Slice was on. And Jesus, you guys ever see that movie, Slice?
What the hell is Slice?
It's horrible.
It's about a deli clerk?
No, it's about a...
Is it a documentary about the beverage?
No, it's a horrible... it's got pizza in it. But, no,
it's a documentary about pizza?
Yeah, it's a horrible slasher movie that's just really bad, and I'm like, how in the hell did this movie get made? But a good thing I could ignore it, but I kept getting sucked into it because it was so bad. And I'm like, who made this? And I went to go IMDb.com, and it actually got like a Fangoria award nomination. I'm like, really? How did that work? But I don't even want to relive it more than just what I said there. But I got like 2 episodes left of Mayor of Easttown, which is turning out to be very good and very entertaining.
Yes. Love it.
Some of my major thoughts about the plots and the whodunits and the unsolved mysteries just got wrapped up in this episode, because this is where they go find the blue van driver guy. So people haven't seen it yet. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Did you see somebody die? unexpectedly. We won't spoil it.
No plot armor for that guy.
Nope. No.
No, but it was kind of surprising. We're like, oh, this is good. Well, it is kind of interesting because I was liking it very well. I'm surprised that they wrapped up 2 storylines. One old storyline and a new one that popped in so quickly. Now we still have the main storyline that we're trying to figure out, which started off the entire series, right? So I'm at the one where they find the blue van driver guy and that shocking reveal and interesting ending. So that kind of blew my theory that her son that committed suicide had something to do with the missing Kate girl. Shit, I just blew something.
It was actually her son that did it. No.
That's what she said.
The person that died,
Yeah.
I think my wife let out an audible, no! And she's like, because we love that character. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
he
my
was
God,
good.
what the hell is that? Like, no.
And I like the fact that he makes the confession that he really didn't deserve the accolades that he had received because it was actually from something different.
A private detective that did,
Well, now you're just letting everyone know who it was.
Well, that comes out in the same episode, so
no offense, this has been out for like 6 months. I mean, at this point, we won't tell you who did it. Mayor did it, but we won't tell you who did it.
But they are doing like arrows pointing where they do that misleading thing. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
look at this person.
Wait till
look at this
episode
person.
7 and 8.
and then they switch things around and
Yeah.
Wait till 7 and 8.
So it did get interesting because it did take a turn with the main storyline character, and you're like, okay, that guy's not the father, and then her buddy, releases more information, but she doesn't release everything, intentionally misleading. I'm like, oh, where's this going now?
Did you like Roy from The Office?
Oh yeah,
The ex-husband.
yeah. He's losing a lot of hair.
He is.
But he's still Roy. He still looks like Roy.
Still Roy. He still cheated on Pam.
Yeah. But,
I don't think he cheated,
Yeah,
did he?
I don't think he ever cheated.
She cheated on him.
That's right.
Maybe.
Well,
He's a little over.
That kiss was forced upon her by Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a rapist.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, it's not
whoa.
So he's a Pepe Le Pew.
We will not slander Jim Halpert in this room.
Cancel Office. Cancel The Office. From now on, cancel The Office.
My name is Ping. No.
Pepe Le Pew.
No, but his character in The Office was a little domineering and dismissive and sexist. But anyways.
Speaking of Pepe Le Pew, he may have been canceled animated-wise, but he's still on the T-shirts that you buy at Target for Looney Tunes characters. So
Awesome.
I'm excited for it.
Well,
I guess on T-shirts he's not trying to rape anybody.
No, he's actually on top of something. Never mind. It's got dark.
But I did start Silver Linings Playbook last night before I had to
On
stop
purpose?
and go 2 episodes of Merit with the old lady. Yeah. But yeah, Silver Lining Playbook, I'm like, I heard about this. I remember this. This is like, 10, 11 years old. And I started
Way to be up
watching
to
it,
date.
and I'm like, Bradley Cooper, and I'm like, you know what? This is actually really good.
It is. It's just
I really
depressing.
like it.
It's
It's just depressing.
It is. And I'm halfway through it, and then I had to stop, and now I got
It
to...
really doesn't get happier either.
No. I want to go finish it, so I got to go
for
finish
sure.
it. So.
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely not very uplifting.
We started HBO Max Secession about the media conglomerate that oh my god, that is damn good. We're only 2 episodes in. My wife and I started it, and it's 10 episodes a season, and it is so good. It's about
3rd season now.
it hasn't come out yet, third season yet. Basically, it's like a Fox News, or basically he has mixed with Disney because he also has amusement parks and all that too. And basically, the patriarch he's 80 years old, and so he has 4 kids. I think we don't know yet. I think one of them's a half kid because he has a different mom. Still the dad's.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's still.
No, I'm talking with the
kid.
other kid. Sorry.
It's a half a kid.
And they're all trying to basically take over the throne. But it's very Yellowstone like. And I was like, I already talked to my wife. Macaulay Culkin's brother's in it,
Okay.
and I was like, you think he's the nice, happy one, and then
Kieran Culkin?
yeah, and then he does something really assholey at the end of the first episode, and you're like, I was like, he's going to be the one that becomes the villain, like the big asshole, like evil guy. He comes across as like he doesn't care, and then like he has part, and then you're like, that guy, he's going to be the Beth that you think is evil, but is actually doing it for the right reasons. Yeah. And then you got that lady. She's going to be who's the cop now? The guy that's in charge of the cattle, the main star, basically. Kevin Costner's other son, Casey.
Casey.
Yeah. And then there's one other guy that was on Speed, the movie. He was one of the guys in Speed, and he doesn't give a shit. I was like, I don't think he's going to do anything. Or he might be the most evil, too, with Culkin. But overall, it's really good. We're excited to watch it. So, keep going.
I think I had heard, I'm not 100% sure, but you describing the plot makes me think it's true. Isn't it like based off of King Lear or something?
Is it?
I think.
That would probably make sense because of the way they have things. Okay.
Is Brian Cox in that?
Yeah. He's the old dad.
He's the dad. Okay.
I would probably need more than 2 episodes to agree with you on King Lear, but I could see that idea.
I mean, kids fighting for the inheritance type thing. I mean, it could be that loosely based on, but yeah.
There is a twist at the end of the second episode, like everyone's trying to get to it, and then you're just like, oh, and then they kind of reveal something, you're like, oh, that's funny. Like, there's kind of like a little twist, like, oh, maybe it's not so great to be the king of it all. So there you go.
Shakespeare, the original soap opera writer.
Yeah.
You think about it.
You know, he was one of the
well, if you
lead
believe
writers.
he's the one that wrote all those.
He was one of the lead writers of Days of Our Lives. Did you know that?
Days of Our Lives is completely based on his entire works.
Mm-hmm. Whose entire works?
All of them.
Which Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
Which
all
one?
Of Shakespeare.
The William one.
You know, Elvis wrote all his own stuff, too. You know, Beyonce does, too. With 38 other people. So, no, I recommend it. And finally, I saw Woodstock 99 on HBO. Documentary.
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, you have
I wanted to.
See, I had no reason to want or desire to see it.
But you should watch it.
I remember it happening.
Even still, like if you have no desire, still watch it.
10 years after Chicken Soup, it came, Woodstock 99. They have this big event, and it was basically they had Woodstock 94 and it did well. And then they were like, these same guys that did Woodstock 94, they're like, let's do Woodstock 99. And they did it on an old Air Force base, and it did not go over well.
Well, they didn't use the same farm.
No, they didn't. But it was funny because it's a documentary. It's really well done. But, like, they're talking about, you know, the whole time, like, everybody thinks Woodstock was this great event. And they're like, well, no, it's
Woodstock
not.
Really sucked.
They're like, everybody watches these documentaries about how great it was, but there was a whole lot of other shit going on at Woodstock. Right. And they're like, so just to give you some ideas, and basically there was a ride at the end of it, of Woodstock 99. And it was very interesting, like, it gives you, like, the anger, like, okay, now I understand why this happened, and they did a great job doing, like, the progression of throughout the days of it. It was 100 degrees, and, you know...
Yeah, and they completely dropped the ball on how to, like, setting up, like, potable water, and, like, so, like, when you see all the scenes of people, like, trying to recreate the mud, that's not mud.
It was not... So the best part is they bitch about it. Water was $4 a bottle. And it's like, well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And then the other issue was that there was sexual assaults going on everywhere. Shouldn't say everywhere, but there's a lot. And then they interview the guy that is the promoter who did Woodstock 94, and his comment, just look it up. This is in 2020 he's being interviewed. And he's like, well, you know, some of them were topless, and I'm not saying they deserved it, but, you know, they did kind of, and I'm like, no.
Lord.
And my wife and I are watching, we're like, no, he's not saying that. Yep, he is. Yep, he sinned. Yep. And he's like, well, you know, a couple of them were running around naked. You know, what do you expect's going on? It's like, what? No.
I expect them to run around naked. I don't expect people to rape them.
I expect a man to control himself, right? And it was like, oh no, this is a bad. And it's like,
you're asking way too much from people.
Well, I'm like, the whole time I'm like, where's this guy's attorney when he's doing this interview? Like, shut the fuck up.
I hope the statute of limitations is up for anything he could be held responsible for his sake.
And then here's the best part, though. So this group, they're interviewing people now, and then they show the clips from back then. MTV did it, all that. It was a shit show, literally. And they're like, well, we had to pay $100 a ticket, okay, for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they went all Sunday.
Like 500 bands.
Okay, let me give you some of the bands from 99, okay? Korn.
Cool.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Cool.
Rage Against the Machine.
Cool.
This is on 2 different stages, mind you. Sheryl Crow.
Cool.
Limp Bizkit.
Cool.
DMX.
Cool.
ICP, Insane Clown Posse.
No, not cool.
No.
Dave Matthews Band.
Cool.
What?
Creed.
Cool.
No.
Alanis Morissette.
Cool.
Hey, leave Creed alone.
Fuck Creed.
You can take me higher, Brian.
Go to
The
stage,
band.
Go to stage 2 then.
Seven Dust.
Okay.
Ice Cube. Fatboy Slim. Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not even... John Fogerty was there. Hole
Cool.
was there. I mean,
Cool.
Metallica.
Cool.
Sorry, excuse me. This is everything. Rage Against the Machine, yeah.
You,
For $100.
You spend that for
Yeah.
one of those acts nowadays.
Yeah.
You spend more than that
Yeah.
in fees
Yeah.
buying tickets on Ticketmaster.
You
We
pay
learned
much
that
to
on
Ticketmaster.
AEW.
You pay that much to Ticketmaster for a $15 ticket.
Yeah, exactly. It's a $15 ticket and it costs you $80 to get in the door.
Yeah, so my wife and I were watching and we're like, now, mind you, it was a shit show. It was hot, you know. It was
Shit show. I like that.
like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
every festival that happens in the summer is going to be extremely miserably hot.
And I get that.
how's the price compared to Lollapalooza?
And, well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, for $100, yeah, that was a lot in 99. But at the same time, look at all the bands you got. Like, that is a... Joel was there. Joel, the singer. Female.
Billy Joel?
Jewel.
Joel.
I'm like, what? Billy? Yeah.
Billy
Joel?
Yeah.
But...
No, Jewel.
And in one night, I think they said it was Rage Against the Machine,
Awesome.
Metallica, and somebody, I forget who the other one was, all right after each other. So I'm like, for $100, that's a great deal.
Although I am going to say, with a lot of those really aggressive bands that they have on that, that's not as quite as the hippy dippy stuff from '69.
This Pez is killing me.
That's why they're rolling around in shit.
But I mean, that's why there's a riot. You had them listening to Rage Against the Machine, etc. all
Well,
weekend.
So they
went-
were really raging against the machine.
Well, they kind of went into that, and they kind of went into Limp Bizkit. Is that Fred Durst?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, the crowd was getting angrier and angrier.
because Fred Durst was on stage.
No, it's because Fred Durst was part of it. And so the
'Cause he was
promoters
doing
are
it all
like,
for the Nookie.
the promoters are basically telling him to calm it down, like they would go on stage, because he was basically telling them to F it up, screw it up, break things up,
stuff.
break stuff. And
Literally.
They started to. So they went on stage and they told him calm down. And he's like, well, that's not my act. Like, this is my act. So the promoters were like, well, it was his fault. And it's like, well, no, not really. You were building up all the weekend. And then you also, what did you expect? You put him in the, it's like, my wife and I were like, well, you expect that from his act, right?
Yeah. And
Not a riot, but like,
And you put that many people in that situation who pretty much they can't leave.
Or get fresh water.
Or, yeah. And it's like, you know,
You should have started him off at 8 a.m.
well, they said, here's the issue. So you had all these bands, then you had a rave going on afterwards all through the night. It was 24 hours of music. And they said there was no calm down, time to break down. And so they said these guys were all jacked up, and they had 350,000 to 500,000 people there.
yeah.
And they said, what do you expect? And then I did think it was funny, though. They had Red Hot Chili Peppers were going on when the fire was going. They made a bonfire, and they started these huge fires.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like,
They're all
hey,
about encouraging, yes.
the promoters came out there, and they're like, hey, can you calm this down, help us
No.
out? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. Then they began to sing the song Fire. And so they're like, well... So the promoters kept pushing it off on these guys. Like, well, Rage Against the Machine did this. It's like, what do you expect? That's their music. Not that there's going to be a riot,
That's
but...
who they are.
Yeah.
Can
like-
you not please wear socks on your cocks, please?
They didn't. They let them out. $100 in 1999 converts to $166 now.
That's
So-
still a good deal.
That's a hell of a deal.
So for a
They charge way too much for concerts now. Well, one of the two.
there's a it's called Louder Than Life. It's in Louisville every year. It's a similar like rock concert Me and Erica have went 4 out of the last 6 years, and it got canceled last year, and we were talking about it this year. So I looked at tickets, and for the 2-day tickets in our hotel they extended it to a 4th day, so it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just for the tickets to get in and the hotel, we were right over $1,000
For 2 days or 4 days?
for all 4 days. Plus
How many
the hotel.
bands?
Nowhere near as many. Like, there's probably,
Are they well-known bands?
yeah, for the most part. Like, but you get like Metallica, like 2 of the 4 nights. Like they headline.
That's
like,
actually not
Friday
horrible
and
compared to
Sunday.
hotel. I wouldn't spend it.
No, like we obviously we're not doing it, but
I wouldn't. I mean,
it's
it's not horrible, but it's also that's a lot of money too. $1,000.
and that's not even like to do anything. That's
And-
just to get in.
And you just have to get your own water. I mean, how dare you?
And $4 water from 99 is going to be $6 water today.
So here are
The minimum wage was like $4.25 in their day. So
When was the last time you've been to a
So
baseball park in order
here's-
to order a bottle of water?
So here are the headliners. On Thursday, it's Korn, Stained, and Cypress Hill. Friday is Metallica, Rise Against, and Jane's Addiction.
These are the headliners, so these are going on in the evening.
Yes.
$6.52
so that's
is
power.
$4.
Those are power lineups, man. Those
Saturday-
are high octane.
Saturday is Machine Gun Kelly,
Oh God, why does that guy?
Snoop Dogg,
Okay,
and 9 Inch Nails.
that's a hell of a lineup though.
And then Sunday, you've got Metallica, Judas Priest, and Mudvayne.
Whoa, Priest!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad lineup, in all honesty.
No, not at all.
No, are those the only bands, or are those just the main band? They got
Those are
the headlines each
top
night?
bills.
Chris Jericho's band there. Fozzy.
Top build on the same stage or 3 separate stages?
There's 2 stages,
Okay.
so they alternate.
So I was going to say, going from Snoop Dogg to like 9 Inch Nails. I mean, that's a
Little change.
that's a
Fozzy will be
major
there.
change.
Fozzy is going to be
On Sunday. Yep.
Waka waka waka.
How much is a Sunday ticket? Priest and Fozzy.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I need.
Waka waka.
But
That's.
yeah,
I would not spend $1,000. It would take a lot for me to go to any music thing.
well, that's like it's just for, and it's like we've done it. Like I said, we've done several other different festivals like that, and like it takes a lot to
Yeah.
to do it because it's Labor
It's a
Day,
commitment.
yeah, and it's hot, and there's a million of people, and it's just
Yeah.
like half the time, like the last couple of years, like we've basically just like bailed out like halfway through Sunday just so we could like get home before like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
and because we drive, you drive home or whatever, but.
$4 is $6.25 in 1999 compared to now, and minimum wage was $5.15 at the time. So there you go.
Boy, they've really moved the needle on that.
I know it's $5 waters now. Woo! Thank God. Oh, not wrong thing.
The one good thing is like now at most of those festivals they have the water stations, so you can just bring in like
Well, the promoters kept saying they had water stations throughout, but after based on his other comments, I do
Right.
not believe
No.
him at all. But it's Limp Bizkit that is his fault.
yeah, it's that's that.
Well, I
he's-
have no problem blaming Fred Durst for pretty much anything.
No, I agree, but at the
Yeah.
same time, let's blame him for something he actually could, be responsible for.
The Nookie.
The Nookie, that's right.
that's what he did it all for.
That's right.
It is kind of funny, though, not to harp on this, but Creed did bring out one of the guitarists from The Doors. I don't
Okay.
know which one. Who had a WWE Undertaker shirt on when he came out.
I'm going to guess Robbie Krieger
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
because he was the only guitarist in the Doors.
There you go. But it was funny. They were talking on this documentary, and they're like, yeah, Creed brings this guy out, they're bringing out, they're like, nobody gave a shit. Like, these kids didn't give a shit that this guy was from The Doors. It was 30 years ago. Like, they're like, and that's the thing, like, they were trying to, like,
They're like, "Where's Val Kilmer?"
wasn't Michelle Pfeiffer in that too?
No.
Oh, never mind. But I actually was serious. I thought she was. Damn it. But anyways,
You're talking about Meg Ryan
hey, that's it.
and what's her name? The hippie ghosty chick. What's her name?
Selma Blair. Anyways,
Demi Moore.
Anyways, no.
Not even
like
look
Courtney
up the
Cox.
doors.
they bring these people out, and
Yeah,
they're-
what's her name? Her and her sister are really hot actresses in Hollywood.
but I mean, they bring these
The
guys
Tillies?
out.
No, not the Tillys.
The Olsons?
The other ones.
The Olsons,
Not the Olsons.
Doublemint.
As soon as you say the name, you'll know.
Oh, Doublemint.
As soon as Jeff finds
Fresh and
her,
full
he
of
knows
life.
who. You'll know who she is.
But anyways, I just thought that was funny. Like Creed brings this group out, or this guy out, and they're like, "Yeah, from the Doors," and they're like, crowd's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
like we don't give a shit. Bring out Fred."
Well, in the front page of the IMDb page, Meg Ryan and Kathleen Quinlan are the only two women listed.
You sure the Olsons aren't in it?
So now I got to go to the second page and dig deeper.
Not Quinlan.
Anyways, moving on.
Gretchen Becker, she played Mom.
In the TV show?
I thought that was Allison Janney.
It beat me to it, damn you.
Kelly Who?
And it's
Who?
not Kyle
Who?
MacLachlan or
Who's
Frank
talking to what now?
Whaley.
Josie Bassett,
Oh, I loved her in Josie and the Pussycats.
different Josie.
Oh, damn it.
Fiona,
Apple?
The hippopotamus.
Nellie Red Owl,
Oh, yeah, I love her in those kids' books.
Debbie Mazar.
No.
Then I think it's somebody you're...
Somebody I'm confusing
Are
her
you?
with.
Do you know what the Doors movie was about?
Mimi Rogers.
She wasn't in it, was she?
Are you sure you were talking about the Kiefer Sutherland movie that mirrors?
Mimi Rogers, like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise's first wife?
Mimi Rogers.
No, the other Mimi Rogers.
Oh, okay.
I really don't think you're talking about Doors. You're talking about Mirrors, the Kiefer Sutherland horror movie. I got it, Blake. It's fine.
Mimi Rogers. That's who I meant.
I don't know where we
now
went.
I'm not. I'm trying to figure out who you thought she was in the Doors.
I'm obviously, she's the photographer, make love to me, rock.
That's
guy.
Yoko Ono.
No.
That was Meg Ryan, wasn't it?
No, Meg Ryan was his actual girlfriend. Mimi Rogers is the chick he has an affair with.
Oh.
And obviously, I'm getting her mixed up with
what
somebody
is
else
happening right now?
But anyways,
Everyone's on their phones looking up
Looking up
Mimi
Mimi
Rogers.
and you should.
I'm actually looking up the Twitter poll of the week. Now you can find us at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. What is the worst film franchise based on a toy line? Thanks, Snake Eyes. We had Transformers.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
They're calling him Snake Eyes before he's like really even Snake Eyes, right?
Yes.
Isn't that confusing?
Are they calling him Snake Eyes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't write it or I
Join
didn't
us,
see
Snake
it.
Eyes. In the trailers, at least.
I'm sorry. When we were in
That's what I'm
quarantine,
thinking.
when we were in quarantine, I did write this movie. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did call him Snake Eyes throughout the whole thing because I couldn't remember his name, so I just kept doing Snake Eyes, and they left it in. Studio was like, "That's a good idea. Let's keep him as Snake Eyes." What's his real name? George. G.I. Joe, Dungeons and Dragons, and Trolls. We had to do film franchise.
I gotcha. I
So
understand.
in last place, Transformers was 0%.
No one voted Transform.
I'm wondering if it's because the other ones are so bad.
I think it's the other ones are so bad, and maybe Bumblebee. I still have yet to
Bumblebee's
see it.
good.
But everyone says Bumblebee was good, so...
John Cena was awful in it, but Bumblebee was good. In third place,
I mean, Transformers in the first movie was good. Yeah, I like
it
that
wasn't.
one. You didn't like it? No.
Oh, the first movie by the one from the late 80s, the cartoon.
First Transformers.
you're talking about the
Trans-
live action.
Transformers, the movie, when Optimus Prime dies in the cartoon.
He stepped on the rose. He steps on the rose.
Spoilers.
The one that had Mimi Rogers, young Mimi Rogers in it, was Shia LaDouche.
No,
That's
that was
Megan
a terrible
Fox.
movie.
Oh,
Megan Fox can't hold a candle to Mimi Rogers. Mimi Rogers has actual thumbs. In third,
it don't look like big toes.
good job. Third to place was Trolls, 26% of the vote. And winning 42% to 31%. Dungeons and Dragons had worst film franchise above G.I. Joe.
I would say this is a technicality
Because there's just
because they're
one-
not a toy line.
Well, they're listed as a toy line.
Well,
Toys
they
and
have a
games.
line of toys.
Toys, it's their game line. Games and toys, same difference.
But Transformers wasn't a game.
They
G.I.
made, they
Joe
made a
wasn't a
Transformers the game. They made a G.I. Joe the
Trolls
game.
wasn't a game.
They definitely made Trolls the game.
So the toys came first.
yeah,
What I'm
and-
saying is
toys
Dungeons
and
and
game-
Dragons was a game first,
Yeah.
based off little miniature toy battles.
I bought Dungeons and Dragons stuff from the toy store. It counts as a toy.
Correct, but
It's
that didn't
in the
exist until
title.
after Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons is actually a game first. It wasn't a toy line, but they had a toy line.
No, I'm saying I
But they're not
bought the
but they're not originally a
game.
toy line.
I bought game pieces or whatnot, game books and stuff from toy stores.
Here we
Yeah.
go. First off, I got the toys given to me as a
I mean,
present
I'm
before
not
I got
gonna-
any book about Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm not going to argue that the film franchise to date is shit. I'm just talking about technicalities here.
but that Thora Birch movie was so good.
It was Mimi Rogers. God.
You know, if they come out with a Dungeons and Dragons movie and it has old Strongheart and Warduke in it, I'm going to be pissed.
Aren't those G.I. Joe characters?
No, they're shitty toy lines that came from the Dungeons and Dragons. But Warduke was actually pretty cool. Warduke actually
I hated
lived on
Warduke
in
in G.I.
Dungeons
Joe.
and Dragons in many of the
you like Peace
episodes.
Duke
and
much better.
Yeah,
NPC character
he had a
stuff.
freaking beige shirt on. Okay, Warduke, you're cool. Okay.
He is.
Oh, it's like a Marmaduke. That's the dog.
No,
My bad. I was way off.
Samsonite.
Way off. Before we get
Yeah,
to
but I agree. To date, they're all pretty shitty.
But I voted for
franchises.
G.I. Joe on that because that first G.I. Joe movie was so bad.
it was bad. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. What pictures did they have on him to be in
Yeah,
that
I
film?
mean, whatever they... Okay, here's an existing franchise. Change everything around and expect people who are following it to...
Not the
enjoy
names,
it.
though. Not the names.
Oh, no, not the names.
Don't change that. Don't change that.
So they didn't follow the Jon Favreau model of
No.
No.
making franchise movies.
Well, I guess speaking of taking a franchise and adding stuff to it or changing, I did start watching Masters of the Universe.
Oh, how is it? The Kevin Smith one?
Yeah.
Some people like the animation. in it.
The animation's good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody complain about that. I think a lot of people, for some reason, got butthurt over the storyline.
The girl power storyline.
Good.
Because I was in the weight room this afternoon and they were bitching about the.
humble brag there.
Oh, it's all about I work out.
Yeah, not all of
know,
us are best friends with our
yeah.
personal trainers.
And the guys were bitching about Evil Lynn and what's her name? Tila. And they're like, I guess what? He-Man didn't have a big enough role in this? I don't know. They were complaining about it.
Well, you know, you were overhearing 17-year-old boys at the high school white room, so it's okay,
No,
boys.
these 40-year-old
The
guys.
17-year-old boys probably enjoyed it.
Oh,
The 12-year-old boys probably really like
Gotcha.
it. The 40 to 50-year-old guys are the ones who are bitching and complaining.
Was that just a gym teacher in there? Back in my day, we had real He-Man. Come on.
I'm going to put it this way, though. The original cartoon is not that good, and He-Man is the worst part of it.
Yes, agree.
I mean, so when you put less He-Man in a Masters of the Universe, and the cartoon isn't called He-Man; it's called Masters of the Universe.
The comic book, early 2000s, late 90s, I think it was late 90s. They did focus on He-Man, but they focused on the whole world. The universe. And it was a better series. The comic
There you
book
go.
was.
Yeah. Does it have Mr. Fisto in it?
It does.
Is he fisting?
He punched somebody.
Oh, hey, he did.
Where?
I'm trying to remember if that was a flashback.
What's your
scene
name?
or-
Man at Arms. What's your profession?
Man at Arms.
What's your name, Mr. Fisto? What's your...
What do you do?
I do it well. I do some good fisting.
I didn't realize Mossman was a good guy.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Skunkor?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Stinkor.
Stinkor.
Well, Stinkor is definitely a bad guy.
Yeah, Mossman was a good guy.
Stinkor.
What do you do?
Oui. Pepe Le Pew.
Get away from me, Fisto! Get away! Get away! Anyway, we're not going to have time for draft day this week.
Oh, but I worked so long on it.
I didn't yet. We may skip that till next week or 2 weeks.
I think
I
we're
was
doing it
actually
today.
troubled by my choices. I tried to put a square peg into a round hole.
You know, Fisto says the same thing.
So you cast Sarah Jessica Parker?
Shit, don't tell mine!
Hey, how did you pick my top draft choice?
As Han Solo?
I spent very many minutes in the parking lot of UDF before I got here putting this list together.
Well, I guess we're doing it.
For characters that I don't know anything about.
Okay, before we get any farther, we'll do it. Whatever. Jeff, your box office bombs got skipped.
You know,
That's fine. No, wait. It
you
was
just-
actually a good week.
Okay, never mind.
News of the Geek can get
if you
skipped.
just picked your, Apollo and Creed movies, you could have filled this in. Characters.
I have nobody. I need to fix this. So real quick here, we'll get into our top 5 is talking about food later. So as a
Food.
so I bought this for my kids.
Yum.
I saw this.
Yeah, I see you got a Pop-Tart there.
Yeah, my kids don't.
Please don't.
My
let
kids
me
do not
eat
like
that.
it. My kids do not like them. We got
Pop-Tarts in general or just that
No,
flavor?
this flavor.
Oh.
So we got Pop Tarts, limited edition. We did different than Oreos this week. Fruit Loops.
Okay.
Oh, darn. Please, give me the whole Pop
We got
Tart so I
you
can
each
try
got one
it.
over there. Me and Jeff will share these. Jeff.
Oh, I don't get my whole
Yeah.
package all by myself?
No, we only had 2 left. The kids got enough. We threw enough.
Can you put these in the toaster for me, please?
I was going to, but that takes too much work.
Look at the artwork on
Oh,
these.
your artwork's better than mine. Mine just looks like a pair of stupid glasses.
Yeah, let me get some pictures here. Let me get some pictures. Put them up here.
Man, the artwork is just wonderful.
Look at that.
Sure is
Pretty.
It's almost too pretty to eat.
Yeah, I'm going to say the artwork's prettier. It's going to taste better than the food, than the actual taste of this. Let's see here.
Let's find out.
Go ahead, Jeff. You can go ahead and do it. I'll have to. So I got this at Walmart.
Can I pick the crust off and just eat the middle
Nope.
like I always
Nope.
do?
Nope.
What?
Okay, thoughts?
I'm going to give you the crust.
I don't want your crust.
Eat it.
Crust is good. I'm sorry, Blake.
Yeah, I do too.
Matter of fact, you'll want the crust with this filling.
Ooh, okay.
Is it good? Bad?
It's not good.
Crust sucks.
I think Brian just died.
It's very weird.
Trick
Like-
me into eating crust.
I mean, it is Fruit Loop flavored.
Yes, it's very prominent Fruit Loops.
This
I mean, it doesn't have the natural fruit flavor of Fruit Loops. This is artificial Fruit Loop flavoring.
Oh, now it's the smell.
Yeah.
It smells like Fruit Loops.
I think it's the icing that's throwing me off.
The icing's the best part. The
Right, but mixing it with the Fruit Loop filling is...
I think it's that it's not crunchy like Fruit Loops. Have like a crunch to them or whatnot. This is just like a pasty spread.
It's the Conan O'Brien Pop Tarts.
The
Just pasty.
the texture doesn't match the flavor.
flavor.
By the way you're used to eating it.
It does taste like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, it does.
I like Fruit Loops.
It'd be like if you're eating a creamy Captain Crunch.
Without
sounds dirty.
without the destroying the roof of your
Yeah,
mouth.
without the cutting the roof
If that's
of your
the
mouth.
case, then I'm all in. I love the skin on the roof of my mouth. I like to keep it there.
I don't know about this. It's
Yeah,
not horrible.
I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad either.
I can understand your kids not liking it.
It's a high sugar.
Yeah.
It's a high sweet factor.
Yeah. It's a pink flavor.
Well, the
isn't
thing
it?
is, you would think sugar, if it was high sugar, it would actually taste like sugar.
It's kind of like a.
It
did
tastes
you say
like artificial flavor.
Yeah. It tastes like they're trying really. I'm shocked that Pop Tarts has artificial flavoring. Kind of odd.
I like the natural fruit.
You have to get the organic Pop Tarts.
My bad. My bad. Those are called granola bars. Blake, let's do some listener feedback.
Time for some
Oh, man.
bomb listener feedback. Brought to you by Reunions.
I thought it was sponsored by the fan club for Mimi Rogers.
I loved her in the doors.
You know what? As Jason says, change approved. Listener feedback brought to you by Mimi Rogers, who I believe has a hot sister somewhere in the Hollywood as well, but I can't. Obviously, I'm
Megan
mixing them
Fox.
up. And when we get done with listener feedback, I'm going to look up who I'm thinking of.
I thought we did already.
Well, who I thought Mimi Rogers was.
Oh, okay.
All right, we start off.
I tell you, I thought she was Jennifer Tilly.
I was confused her with Meg.
My clock's always ticking. Nope, that's not it. That's what. That's my cousin Betty.
Marissa Tomei?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
My bad. Anyways, yes.
One of the Tillys. You just go with the voice. Hey, hit me on the river. Hey, I'm Jennifer Tilly. I'm Jennifer Tilly.
Teen Girl Squad.
I'm Megan means I'm Jennifer Tilly.
Hi,
You don't want to try Meg Tilly? You don't want to try one of the Tillys?
Oh, no. When he started talking Megan, I hit the mute button on him.
Yes.
The miracles of technology.
Fine. Hi.
So we start off with this guy that we already start off with.
Number one fan.
Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Ape hands.
Formerly known as
Dad.
Big D. So he says, I rode the Jungle Cruise ride at Disney World last week and got squirted with water guns. And it was better ride than they showed on YouTube.
I don't buy that. I buy the YouTube ride was better.
No, he says he wasn't getting shot with
What?
water guns.
Yeah, is this your listener feedback or mine?
I thought it was all of ours.
Jeez.
Give him a change to prove title
I don't
sponsor.
like what that Pop-Tart has done to you.
I don't like what this Pop-Tart's going to do to my stomach in about 10 minutes.
Try
made-
washing it down with a Mountain Dew.
Oh, God.
They made me eat the crust, okay?
What they do
Jeff tricked me.
Okay.
The crust was the best part.
No, it wasn't.
It really was.
I never eat the crust.
I
on
realize you don't
Pop-Tarts.
eat the crust, but I'm
No,
saying
I throw them away.
the crust is better than what the innards was.
I mean, I wouldn't eat this, like, for breakfast all the time, but it's not bad.
I eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast all the time. I would not eat that flavor. My bad.
There you go.
Sheesh.
No, but the intern is right. No one was shooting water guns at us.
Okay.
Because I confused my childhood memories with some other event right
Vietnam.
at Disney World.
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Whitewater Canyon.
Korea.
I confused it with Vietnam.
Next one from Nisi. Hey! Exclamation point. What's wrong with me liking songs from Song of the South?
I suppose you're allowed to like the songs.
They're just awful songs.
Jason says they're awful.
Which one?
I guess Zippity Doo Dah, because it's the only one I know.
Is
Mr.
Zippity
Bluebird.
Doodah a bad song? Because I
Yes.
always found it pretty upbeating and happy.
That could be why it's bad. It's
You
just-
also
I
weren't
remember
a
singing that as a kid.
You also weren't a slave. I mean, I mean.
Neither was Uncle Remus.
Oh,
he
I'm
was
sorry.
just a sharecropper.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, much better.
But he's talking about it being such a wonderful day. I mean, come on.
That's true.
Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity.
He obviously was high. He saw animated
what a
birds
wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity.
You know what, Jeff? Maybe it is a good song.
Mr. Bluebird's
Nope, not anymore.
on my
There
shoulder.
you go. It's the truth.
And then I don't know the rest of the words.
It's factual.
How's that factual?
Everything is satisfactory.
Factual.
Yeah, there
something
you
like
go.
that. Yeah.
All right. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. All right.
Are there other songs from Song of the South other than
I have no idea.
Zippity-Doo-Dah?
Zippity doo day. Zippity doo day.
Zippity Doo Dah, the remix?
Yes. I don't have anything else. What else we got here, Blake?
Zippity Doo Dah Part 2.
Okay, this is enough. Okay, just go.
The next one is from Brian Ow. He says, you talked Geta last week. Hell yeah, we did. What do you think of Scrapple?
I don't have the biggest vocabulary, so it's kind of difficult for me. Oh, Scrapple. Scrapple.
Right.
Sorry. Scrapple with a P.
Scrapple.
Sorry.
What is Scrapple?
Scrapple it's a similar to Geta dish, popular in the Philadelphia area. I suppose instead of oats, it's wheat.
Isn't it like?
So it's also known as
big
its
intestine?
Cornmeal. Cornmeal.
Pennsylvania Dutch name as pan rabbit. It's
I thought
traditionally a mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour.
Yeah, the shit of the pig.
So they use.
The stuff that you don't want to eat from the pig.
That's pretty much what's in Geta,
It's the
too.
stuff that they don't put in hot dogs.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It sounds like a
So-
hot dog.
I will say I have never actually eaten Scrapple.
I have not either.
Nope.
And I swore off ever eating Scrapple after the 94, I'm sorry, 90,
Woodstock 94?
93 World Series. When the
Blue Jays
were playing the Phillies.
Yep. Go Blue Jays.
And they were playing in Philadelphia. And Tim McCarver spent 3 innings talking about Scrapple. And I said, fuck Tim McCarver and fuck Scrapple.
You know what made it worse? Jackie Mason was on there promoting his new show, Chicken Soup.
That was 5 years old at that
4
time?
years.
No, it's matzo soup.
Hey, watch out! Caddyshack 2's on next. Come on. 3 references.
If you call that a reference.
Oh, it's getting there.
Quit forcing it.
Yeah, that was forced.
No Scrapple. I know what Scrapple was. It was basically what I said. It's the leftover pig shit that you don't want to eat. I said, no. And I won't. And it's
So
not
that-
on my top 5 for this evening.
So that's what we think of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you Eastern Pennsylvanianers who sound like mayor of Easttown
Yins.
love your Scrapple.
Yeah,
that's
Yins and-
that's Western Pennsylvania.
Yins in your Scrapple?
You're confusing.
Ewins? Ewins in my yins?
Yeah, don't yins up Philadelphia. Pittsburgh will get upset.
I see.
What else we got, Blake?
Next, Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Can Jeff get a button that says, can Jeff get a button that kills any blank blank segment? And we just did. You
We did.
put him on mute.
We did. Honestly, Kevin, I want to thank you. I thought, well, shit. I'm sitting right next to the soundboard. I can pull down that lever anytime Jason goes on and on and on. Like now. So now Jason can't talk. So now he's acting like he's talking and not really talking.
Come on! I just had 2 more Caddyshack comments.
No, you don't.
Yeah, trying to force it.
You know what?
There you go.
No, I
got
don't know what.
Next one from Professor Number 1 and Doctor Number 1 says, how's it possible Blake been on more episodes of the podcast once you went back into the studios than when you were Skyping in from your own home? Chicken wings and beer.
Because when he was at home, his wife actually wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
Actually, she's the reason I am here tonight. And she's like, don't you have something to go do?
That was at 1 o'clock this afternoon. She's like, are you supposed to be back at like midnight tonight?
You might want to go ahead and beat traffic and just go ahead and take off now.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I like chicken wings and beer. What can I say? And if I come here, that's what I get because I gotta stop
And-
at the chicken wings and beer place.
Oh, I'm sure Pop-Tarts taste really good after chicken wings.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
What the crusts do.
No.
No.
Are we doing draft day?
I'm ready.
You know what? I will have to say, this is like the first listener feedback that doesn't have a long string of numbers after Twitter handles.
It doesn't.
And why is
job.
that? Are you
Because
trying to cut that out?
the intern did it on
Intern.
purpose.
All right.
Intern Gary rocked it. So let's do some draft day. I think we got some music for it, Jeff.
What do we want? Draft day! Draft day, draft day, I want a draft day. Hopey, draft day, we need a draft day. Hopey, history, bad ideas, yeah! Draft day!
This week, we're redrafting. Well, first off, draft day. What is it, Jeff? We haven't done it in a while.
Draft day is when somebody suggests a movie or something, and then we pick our own teams on how we think will go. So, I think it first started where we drafted like our own Avengers team type thing, and it went from there. And so now, apparently, we are now drafting a new Star Wars?
Yes. Well, New Hope. It's New Hope.
Okay, A New Hope.
Luke, Leia, Han Solo, and Obi-Wan. And you can pick anyone. Fictional, real, actors, roles. Doesn't matter. You pick.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain, doesn't matter.
And who chose this topic?
It was a couple weeks ago. I
Yes.
don't have that. Sorry. A listener
Come on.
did. A listener.
Yes.
And I don't know what her name was. I apologize.
Oh,
She gets to pick the winner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
Get that. Anyways,
yeah, I think it was the week I wasn't here, so I don't remember.
I'll go back and look. I will have it. If not, if we don't hear from her and I screwed it up,
I picked the winner.
Nope. Randall Holt picks the winner.
Oh, shit.
But I'll look it up. Here we go. Star Wars. So, once they've been picked, you can't pick them again. I'm going first. I'm picking my Leia. Right off the bat, Queen. Well, at the time she was princess. I'm going Mimi Rogers.
She never became a queen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Admiral. I'm going Mimi Rogers. You know what? If she did awesome in The Doors, she's the sister of Megan Fox, and she's awesome. She's a great actress, great photographer. So I'm going to her. Blake, who do you got next? What do you got?
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with my Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
And my Obi-Wan is going to be Stan Sitwell.
Who's that?
That's Ed Begley.
Ed Begley Jr.?
Yeah.
Yes, Ed Begley Jr.
Who's Sitwell?
That was the character that Ed Begley Jr. played
Correct.
In what?
in the property he's discussing.
Okay.
He was a father figure, which is kind of what Obi-Wan was.
Okay, so Brian.
And didn't he have alopecia?
Oh, is this the Arrested Development?
Ding!
There you go.
I'll go ahead and draft my Han Solo.
Ooh.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, whoa. He is
Only-
a scoundrel.
Only because he actually auditioned for the original Han Solo.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
I know.
I will also start with my Han Solo, and I'm going to pick Joel McHale.
Oh, that's actually not a bad one. I like
That's
that
not a bad one. My list is great.
one. Okay. I'm going second round here.
All right.
I'm going Luke, the young kid. I'm going William Zabka from Karate Kid. He could do it. I think he could pull it off back then. in the
Now,
day.
it's 80s William.
Yes, 1980s.
Not Cobra Kai.
No.
Okay.
William Zabka. Now, Mimi Rogers is 1980s Mimi Rogers. So
Okay.
I like William Zabka. I think he could do it back then. And he just wouldn't be a bully.
So, like, back to school William Zabka.
Yes. Which goes along with my Obi-Wan pick.
I was thinking of Catherine Keener. Mimi Rogers, Catherine Keener.
Ah.
They're very similar,
Apparently they're sisters.
apparently.
They were in Caddyshack, too.
Yeah.
Forced.
Blake, what's your what's your second round pick?
All right, my second round pick. So you guys already did some Han Solos and did some Leias. So that's good. I feel safe with my picks. So I'm going to go with my Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And so my Luke is going to be, hello, brother. Going to be Buster.
Buster Bluth.
Yes, right, because they both lose their hands and have unhealthy parental fixations.
I sense a Arrested Development theme.
Do you? I don't see it yet.
And I'm going to sense a Sylvester Stallone theme with Brian's next pick, round two.
And they're both whiny.
Uncle Owen!
But Mom, I don't want to go to the...
You got to go to the Fleet Academy. What's your second round pick, Brian?
I'm going to go with my Leia. I'm going to go with Amelia Clark.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad one. I like that.
could see her
1980s
as a Leia.
Amelia Clark? Or
I don't think she was alive.
Oh, well, I guess we're going to pick that.
We're going to say present day.
Okay, just checking. Jeff?
I think I'll go with my Obi-Wan, and I suppose it could be 1980s version or the today's version. Mm-hmm. Fits the same way. I'm going with Keith Richards.
I like it. I'll go my Obi-Wan. And now I'm going present day. Well, not present, probably late 90s version. Chris Christopherson. Like the Blade type era.
From Blade.
Yeah. I think he could pull it off. Hell, put some makeup on him. I think he could pull it off in the 80s.
So more from the Blade era and not from when he
Leviathan?
No, I was going to go with A Star Is Born.
No.
Not A Star Is Born.
Oh, my God. How many times I saw that movie growing up?
Did you really?
Yeah, my parents watched that a lot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just remember he's like making out with the girl on the house where they were going to build their house or something.
The girl? You mean Barbara Streisand?
Yeah, that's who it was. When a man loves a woman. Blake, number 3, round 3.
All right, so Catherine Keener, Mimi Rogers. I was also thinking of Dana Delaney.
You were awful.
I'd like to thank Dana Delaney for wearing that dress tonight.
What's your third round pick, Blake?
My third round pick. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my good value here for my Princess Leia. I'm going to go with Kitty, Judy Greer.
I was thinking 1970 show, the 70 show.
That 70 show.
Brian, number 3.
Number 3, I'm going to go with Luke. And I'm going to go with Ansel Elgort.
Okay, I like that. Kingsman.
Yep.
Elton John.
Yep. No, that's Taron.
Oh no, that's the wrong one. Never mind.
Baby
Wrong
Driver.
one. Jeez.
Sorry. Jeff, round 3.
I guess I think I'll go with my Leia. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, they meant from Princess Bride.
No, I'm going to put the Powerpuff Girls Buttercup.
Okay. My Buttercup. Buttercup.
Okay, she'd punch you in the face if you sang that.
Last round. Number 4th round pick here.
That's right. These are your high value picks here if you get it right.
So I have William Zabka as Luke, Mimi Rogers as Leia, Chris Christopherson as Obi-Wan, and then my Han Solo is Burt Reynolds from the 1980s.
1980s Burt Reynolds.
1980s Burt Reynolds.
Not today, Burt Reynolds.
I think he has the swagger to pull off Han Solo. Burt Reynolds is dead, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay.
For a while now.
Did anyone tell him?
Then cross
They
them off.
didn't. They didn't tell Jackie Mason. He just kept rolling around until now. Hey, look at my chicken soup. No one cares. Show's awful, Jackie. Let it go.
Do they eat soup in Caddyshack 2?
You know what? They might.
Is it chicken soup?
It is for the soul. You know, Pepe Le Pew was in Caddyshack 2. He was one of the cardboard cutouts.
That doesn't count.
Oh.
But you get the hat with a free with a bowl of soup.
Looks good on you, though. Blake, what's your 4th round pick?
I was definitely not thinking of Cora Delaney.
Good. I don't know who that is.
All right, so my final value pick is Han Solo is going to be Job Bluth.
Okay, so for Blake's
that.
pick, it's just all Arrested Development. Okay.
No, this was actually hard. I could actually keep going with Darth Vader and a bunch of other characters, but there's a lot of good picks you can match up here.
You could.
With Star Wars from AD.
I was excited with my Burt Reynolds pick. Brian, what's your 4th round?
Last but not least, I got Obi-Wan. I'm going to go with Ron Swanson.
Oh, I think you just won. Oh.
I don't understand why artists paint pictures of nature. Just walk outside. Jeff, what's your number 4 round pick?
Now I'm dejected.
No.
Brian.
That's what dejected you?
I mean, I had a great list here, but I think Brian just
He may have just
solidified
won.
And he's never even watched Star Wars.
I just have to hope the Stallone pick in the first round doesn't come back to hurt him, or I hope it does come back to hurt him because I got my Luke left to pick.
Okay,
and going with somebody who's young and like wildly optimistic, and I'm going with Big Bird.
I don't think you would fit on the plane on the ship.
They would have to make a new ship then.
Oh, you can't make a new ship in Millennium Falcon.
He fit on the Millennium Falcon. I mean, Chewbacca did.
Chewbacca's pretty tall. He fit.
It's true.
He was even in the cockpit.
Okay, Jeff, real quick, what's your list?
My rundown, for Luke Skywalker, I have Big Bird. For Leia, I have Buttercup. For Han Solo, I have Joel McHale. And Obi-Wan, I have Keith Richards.
Brian.
Luke, I've got Ansel Elgort. Leia, Amelia Clark. Han Solo, Sylvester Stallone, and Obi-Wan, Ron Swanson.
Blake.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I had Mimi Rogers,
Nope.
Dana Delaney.
Nope. That was the other
Now
version.
that would be an interesting Star Wars.
No, I got Buster Bluth. I got Kitty, was it Sanchez? Joe Bluth, and of course Stan Sitwell.
I got Lucas Williams Atka, Leia as Mimi Rogers, Han Solo as Burt Reynolds, and Obi-Wan as Chris Christopherson. We're going to have Randall Holt pick this one, along with the other one. I will get her name.
Along with the person whose name I forgot, and
It was
I'm
3 weeks ago.
brushing you under the carpet because you don't
3
mean that much to
weeks
us anymore.
Catherine Keener?
Yes, her. Catherine Keener will pick.
Give me the news of the geek.
Awesome.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
Robin at Robin35099. You're going to be the picking the winner of the draft day. See, I found out, Blake. Happy?
You're welcome.
You didn't find out.
I did.
The
He found out because
intern.
the intern told him the right information.
And as a
Correct.
backup, Randall Holt.
You're going to have to hashtag her now.
So one of them.
See, Randall just dropped the backup now.
That's okay. News of the Geek, we'll do a quick one. Let's see. Per CBS News, Refugio Manuel Jimenez Jr. and Angela Renee Jimenez,
Jesus.
I guess you did it right, pleaded not guilty Monday to charges involving the El Dorado fire in San Bernardino County. District Attorney Jason Anderson announced at a news conference. The charges included one felony count of involuntary manslaughter, along with other felony and misdemeanor counts related to the fire. CBS Los Angeles reports the couple could each face up to 20 years behind bars. For those that don't remember, we talked about this. The El Dorado fire erupted on September 5th when the couple and their young children staged a baby gender reveal at El Dorado Ranch Park in Yucaipa, at the foot of San Bernardino Mountains. The device
What?
the Fruit Loops is getting to my brain, the sugar.
Shit.
The device quickly ignited dry grass on a scorching day. The fire was caused by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device
Fireworks.
used during a gender reveal party. The couple frantically tried to use bottled water to douse the flames. Unfortunately,
$5 a bottle.
they're like, let it burn.
They're like, let it burn. I ain't wasting this water. I paid $5 for this bottle.
I'm not throwing that $10 away.
Is that Metallica? Let's go over there. Let's see here. They called 911. Strong winds stoked the fire as it ran through the wilderness on National Forest land, about 75 miles east of Los Angeles. By the time the fire was extinguished on November 16th, 2 months later,
Holy cow.
it had burned 22,680 acres in the Oak Glen, Yucaipa Ridge area.
Yucaipa.
Oak Ridge Boys area.
Elvira. At the peak of the fire, there was 1,351 personnel assigned to the fire. Extremely dry conditions and heat waves tied to climate change. Okay, let's pull it back. Have made wildfires
Just say
harder to
California. That's all you got to say.
fight. Calm down here, CBS. Okay, we don't need this. Whatever. On September 17th, flames overran a remote. This is not the first time it happened. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Whoa, I'm all over the place. Sorry. The fire actually killed on September 17th firefighter Charlie Morton, the leader of the elite Big Bear Interagency Hotshot Squad. He worked as a firefighter for 18 years, mostly with the U.S. Forest Service. Blaze injured 13 other people, forced the evacuations of hundreds of residents in small communities in the San Bernardino National Forest. Destroyed 5 homes, 15 other buildings, and blackened nearly 36 square miles of land in San Bernardino and Riverside. But the good news is they're having a girl.
No, the good
In
news
jail.
is they have an alibi.
What's that?
Climate change.
Yeah, there you go.
Not our fault.
These fuckers.
See, you know the biggest mistake they made?
Getting pregnant?
Well, besides that, they went ahead and did this at the El Dorado Ranch Park in Yucaipa. Mm-hmm. Instead of going into a national park and starting their fire. Because apparently, if you start a fire in a national park that kills people, you don't get charged.
Gatlinburg. Smoky Mountains.
But what does Smokey do? He kills them? He hunts them down and kills them?
I would pay for that movie
Smokey the
I was just
Bear?
going to say, I would watch that.
Yeah.
this summer. Liam Neeson is Smokey the Bear. You treaded on my property.
I have a special set of skills.
Roar.
I will find you in the forest.
Because I have a really good nose. My snout.
And I will maul you.
Yes. With my
Only-
paws. Fuck these people.
Only I can prevent your assassination.
Here's a good idea. Stop having a gender reveal
stupid
with
ass gender
fireworks
reveal pattern.
or fire when there's a drought going on because it's California.
But there's
How
no
about if we
they
just stop having gender reveals?
didn't put the monetary damages in this story, which is what I would like to know.
I'll find that out.
How could you levy? How could you levy a collection against them for the cost of, all the damages?
Jeff?
And all the overtime they had to pay for the firefighters.
And the deaths and insurance subrogation that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the houses that burnt down.
Talk subrogation again, baby.
Yeah, talk subrogation.
Let's see here. I'll try to find that here.
Are you into subrogation, baby?
Yeah. What was
What's your
this?
deductible?
This was this past year, right? 2020. I'm still trying to get that.
Still trying to get the monetary.
Over $12 billion in total California fires in this year in 2020.
That's all the fires, not this particular one, which probably caused all the fires. But
Let's see. Jeff, they have to have gender reveals. How do they know what they're having?
You could have tried stamping the fire out. You don't need to throw bottled water on it.
Well,
there's many things you can do to try and put that out.
Fire blankets?
yeah, maybe bring a fire blanket with you if you're planning on lighting things on fire.
Throw a person in. They have other kids. Throw a kid on it. They're having another one.
Throw some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Kick some dirt up on it.
You know what you shouldn't do? Start a fire to announce the baby.
Yeah.
Go to hell. God.
No jail.
I hope you go to jail for 25 years.
Wait. It was only 20 years.
Whatever. Make it
Or-
another 5.
Or San Francisco.
Oh, my God. Did you say for San
Like they can afford to live in San Francisco.
Oh, my God.
They already owe $12 billion.
Nobody can afford to live in San Francisco.
Even the mayor of San Francisco doesn't live there. Oh, my God. Yeah. So they can go to hell. Okay, Jeff, let's do some box office news and world reports.
But box office news and report. For July 23rd, 2021 through July 25th, 2021, coming in at number 1, Old made 16.5 in its opening weekend. That's 16.5 million.
I thought that was 1650.
On an $18 million budget. Surprising almost everyone.
They were expecting $20 million.
Oh, they're
And,
expecting that much?
They said they were happy with it.
Because it was number 1, because it beat out Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, which only made $13.5 million on a $110 million budget.
They were not happy with this. They were hoping for anywhere from 35 to 50.
Well, you already know it's Snake Eyes. I mean, there's the reveal in the trailer.
And they didn't have to light things on fire to tell you that either.
But old M. Night Shyamalan, number 1 in the box office.
Yes.
And from a guy that I know who saw it this weekend said it was M. Night Shyamalan. Everything you expect of M. Night Shyamalan.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends. Are you talking about a good M. Night Shyamalan movie or a bad M. Night Shyamalan movie?
I want to see it, but I'm not going to have a chance to be able to go out and see it. So I'm hoping it comes to video on demand soon.
I want to see that and the next one on the list.
Number 3, Black Widow made another $11.6 million, a total of $155 million on a $200 million budget.
Still haven't seen it?
No, I'm probably going to end up having to pay $30 and watching it at home.
On Disney?
Just wait another couple weeks.
Yeah. Or wait it. Well,
It'll be
4
20.
months. What else, Jeff?
Coming in at number 4, Space Jam: A New Legacy made $9.6 million, a total of $51.4 million on a corrected budget of $150 million.
Oh, yes.
isn't LeBron starting to sweat because didn't China deny its release in
did
China. Yeah, I don't know. I just read the headline and I didn't read into it, so I don't know if it's fake or if it's real or. I have no idea.
Sweat.
Yeah.
I will look into that.
Do the Looney
you.
Tunes, are they popular in China?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if they translate. I mean, obviously you can't have Winnie the Pooh in China.
Winnie the Pooh.
You mean Winnie Jingpao?
Yes.
Just a coincidence.
Just okay.
And somehow, Disney still gets all their crap into China, but
Xiaopan.
everything but Winnie the Pooh, apparently.
That's fine. Winnie the Pooh sucks.
Well, because of British
The
colonialism.
original Winnie the Pooh is great.
No. It's
Yes.
awful.
The Disneyfied Winnie the Pooh, maybe not so much.
No.
No, the
Get to the next one,
the
Jeff.
books by A. Milne, they're great.
Okay. I don't believe.
It's because you don't read.
I look at pictures.
Well, they're not picture. Well, I suppose there's some illustrations, but for the most part, they're not picture books.
I put boobies on them.
You put boobies on Winnie the Pooh?
Wee.
I put belly buttons on Winnie the Pooh.
So the hit to Space Jam: A New Legacy is particularly bad news for LeBron, who infamously pandered publicly to communist China. And despite LeBron James shutting up and dribbling for Chairman Xi, China still won't allow Space Jam 2 to air.
That's awesome.
But why not?
Because it's a horrible film.
Well, no, they let a lot of horrible films in over there. There's got to be another reason.
Yeah, but it's got to be a reason. There must be something in there that they think is offensive to their government or politics.
LeBron ripped the First Amendment in the United States, declined to speak up for basic human rights in China, and shut up and
Hong
dribbled
Kong,
for
yeah.
Xi, all to get Space Jam 2 in China.
It's on the Tucker Carlson website?
It's the Daily Wire.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to click on the Fox News article because
Down the hall.
You don't want your phone to...
I don't.
Down the hall.
I don't want to have to throw my phone away.
Down the hall. Go ahead, Jeff. What else we got?
Coming in at number 5, F9, The Fast Saga made $4.6 million.
Still got to see this.
Total of $163.5 million on a $225 million budget. Thought you had seen it.
I have not.
I thought you accounted for at least half of this $4.6 million.
It comes out on demand on Friday. So
And you call yourself a fan.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on a second. If you wait a couple weeks,
it'll only be $20.
it'll be free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Spoilers. They drive cars. What else we got this week?
We have upcoming...
Didn't he launch a car into space in this?
Yes.
They were talking about the nitro boost in space to get the car to the satellite.
Interesting thing.
Did it run into Jeff Bezos? When
Yeah,
it was up
he
there?
did. Jeff Bezos had the same thing,
Collided with a giant dildo.
which you're making into a sex toy now.
And it didn't hit the Virgin Atlantic flight either.
He didn't go as high. He only went 52 feet or 52 miles.
52 feet? I've been 52 feet off the ground.
How far up did he make it? Like Bezos.
Like 63 or something like that.
Like how long did it take?
I don't know.
20 minutes?
Yeah, the joke was like now would be the best time for any Amazon employees to go to the bathroom.
But I will give him credit, though. He took a rocket, right? So he did
Dildo.
rocket launch, which there is a level of danger and excitement to it. Now, what's his name with Virgin Atlantic? He was actually dropped from a high-flying altitude jet, and they just, shot up from there, right? So that's a lot safer,
Yeah.
in theory.
Oh, well, that might be the future of going into space, maybe. I don't know.
But then again, riding a giant dick-looking dildo spaceship rocket.
Yeah, I did see them
I mean,
comparing Dr. Evil to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos has $1 billion. Dr. Evil wanted $1 billion.
100.
They both have penis-shaped rockets.
What do we got, Jeff? What else?
And bald.
Upcoming, opening July 30th of 2021, we have Jungle Cruise.
It's the ride where...
They squirt you with water.
Yep. Starring The Rock. Welcome to The Rock.
We have The Green Knight.
Jamal, an employee of the medieval world amusement park, suffers a blow to the head, wakes up in 14th century England. He encounters peasants, archers, and a giant while showing the people some modern dance moves.
That's Black Knight.
No, it says Green Knight.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
That's Martin Lawrence in Black Knight.
Nope.
And we have Stillwater.
Small town of Huntingburg is forced to evacuate when torrential rains bring rising floodwaters. The local sheriff and town residents, having been through this before, are familiar with the looting and petty thefts that take place in the town. What they are not aware of, however, is the planned heist of an armored car sent to transport $3 million from local banks.
I'm not sure what movie that actually is.
Starring Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
What's that?
Stillwater stars Matt Damon, but that's not the plot of that
Nope,
movie.
that is the plot.
Is that Rising Water or something?
Stillwater. Anyways, moving on.
Was it Furious Water?
I don't understand what the problem is. Randy Quaid's in it, too.
Wet and Furious Water.
Fast and Furious.
Jungle Cruise is going to make $40 million.
Easy.
I'm seeing it.
How
taking
many
the kids.
times?
Once.
Because then they making $40 million.
We could go to the movies or just get it from Disney. My kids will probably watch it over and over then. That'd be cheaper.
Do you want them to watch it over and over?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it.
You really are.
Yeah,
I
I
think
am
it'll be
too.
fun.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's going to be great, but it
It's
gets
entertaining.
It looks like a kid's version of The Mummy.
Yeah.
With Brendan Fraser.
I just remember the last time they turned a Disney ride into a movie, we got the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
It's like just because Pirates of the Caribbean worked out doesn't mean that all Disney rides deserve movies.
Well, The Rock's in it, so it'll make $1 billion, and they'll keep making them.
As long as people squirt water on them as they float by
Yes.
the river. It's good.
Top 5 this week. Oh, we do have music, but that's okay. Top 5.
That's your music?
Yeah. Odd foods you like or love. It's very subjective, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
And you buy odd and what you like. So, Brian, start us off. What food do you like that people might think is odd?
All right, so like I said earlier, this is going to be a very specific
To you,
list, obviously for me, but there's a lot of combinations.
Okay.
So my number 5, something I grew up on at my grandparents, biscuits and buttermilk. So you crumble up the biscuits, put them in the glass of buttermilk, and eat it with a spoon.
Okay.
Like the leftover biscuits from breakfast, and then you put them in buttermilk.
Do they live in Kentucky?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Is this before or after you drink the brown water?
no, it was just well water, but it wasn't brown.
Okay. Jeff, you?
All right. I think my list is going to be from what is considered probably the most normal list
Okay.
to...
Well, it's comparative. You haven't heard
It
the
is.
rest of ours yet.
Well, I mean, on my list. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
on
like,
your
my,
list. Okay.
My number 5 is one that I know a lot of people like, but I think more people dislike than like, and that's pineapple pizza.
Oh, God.
I like pineapple pizza a
I
lot.
know, I know you did.
I do not mind it.
If I'm starving, I'll eat it. But I do love the meme of the black and white mobsters where they're forcing the Italian to watch the first pineapple placed on pizza. I do like that meme a lot.
Well,
I prefer bacon instead of ham.
I can understand that.
either one works, actually.
Yeah.
I'm fine with either one.
I like spinach on it, too.
You know, bacon is a type of ham.
Well, you see in Star Trek episode 12.
Stuart, shut up.
Sorry.
Do you want some scrapple with that pineapple on that pizza?
Scrapple apple, scrapple
I'll
pineapple.
go my most, I guess, same way, Jeff. I'll do most normal-ish, too.
Okay.
Honest. This isn't too big. Like pasta, I love pasta, as everyone. I put hot sauce and jalapenos on it. On pretty much all the time. Doesn't matter. Lasagna, spaghetti.
Oh, I thought you just meant plain pasta.
Like noodles and
like just
hot
noodles.
sauce.
I can do that, too.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
But
Doesn't matter.
normally you've got like the red sauce.
Yeah,
with
I'll do
the-
spaghetti. I'll do spaghetti and meatballs, and then I'll put hot sauce. I'll get jalapenos, or I can just make up like the elbow noodle pastas. Throw hot sauce on. I'm good to go with a little cheese. Anything, macaroni and cheese, cheesy goodness. My wife's cheesy goodness. Anything. I'll throw some hot sauce and jalapenos.
My wife's cheesy goodness.
Yeah. We already had that as a title. Oh. It was during the expo a couple years ago. God, that's scary. I know that. Okay. What you got, Blake?
I'm probably starting off for the most normal and trying to get maybe more rare. Mm-hmm. But I love Mediterranean olives, man. I'm talking about big, fat, green, like olives. It could be with a seed still in it. I'll eat it that. It'll be pitted with garlic cloves in it, or even red peppers or whatever. I'll even eat red garlic. I mean, red olives, but I don't do black olives. That's it.
That's where you draw the line.
That's where I draw the line. Now, my wife eats black olives all the time, but she'll get that on the salads all the time and stuff, but I don't do. I like the green and the reds. Okay. And anything that's been, fermented in the oils and all that kind of stuff is good.
I do enjoy blue cheese stuffed olives.
Blue cheese stuffed olives is good.
They're
yes,
delicious.
that is correct. Yeah,
I'll agree. I haven't had an olive that I've actually liked.
Yeah, I agree. Ugh.
But you haven't had the right ones, maybe.
It's very possible.
Because I was not an olive eater. Some of this stuff is coming from my overseas experience.
I imagine it would be.
But I was not an olive eater either until I actually was in the Mediterranean.
What's your number 4, Blake?
My number 4, coming back around. There's one thing I like more than sauerkraut, but a lot of people don't like to eat. I like red cabbage.
That's fine.
It's good stuff, man. I like it.
It's not my favorite, but it's not.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't like it, and I'm not allowed to cook it in the house anymore because it smells.
Oh, it stinks. It really does.
It really does stink.
I don't like it.
But I love it, man. It's good.
I know the parents would make it. I don't think it was ever like a tradition. Like I know, like St. Patrick's Day, I think we'll do a cabbage as a tradition to eat, or some places do New Year's. You have to eat cabbage.
New Year's sauerkraut, yeah.
But we never did it that way. But anytime my parents, I was like, "Oh, that stuff's nasty." I've never liked it, but hey, to each his own.
My number 4 is lemons. Jeff has seen me do this. Like lemon slices that you put in iced tea, I will
Straight
take them
up.
out and I will eat them all, just straight up. Brine and all.
Take a bite out of a lemon like an apple.
That's right. I like it.
Love lemons.
I could do that with a potato.
Oh, I couldn't.
Raw?
Yeah.
Lemons.
Probably couldn't bite into the potato.
With eyes or without eyes?
The googly
No
eyes.
So when I would work in the kitchen at Dana's, we do fresh cut French fries. Mm-hmm. So I would always just grab them like freshly sliced, a little salt. Love it.
I'll take it. The lemons I can do all day long, and I got my daughter. She likes it. Likes them too, but no one else. Jeff, what you got? Number 4.
My number 4. Now, granted, where we live, the majority of people like it, but outside of this area, the Cincinnati chili.
Good chili.
And I like all, not just Skyline, like some people I know will only eat Skyline when there are so many other good
Blue Ash chili.
Price Hill.
Yeah.
Gold Star, Pleasant Ridge chili, all
Camp Washington.
Washington.
I think I've only had like one I didn't like, and I can't even remember where that was from now. But
St. Louis.
I've never been to St. Louis unless you count their airport.
Damn Cardinals.
I was actually impressed. I was in D.C. and I was in a restaurant, and they had chilies in the U.S. And one of the options was Cincinnati chili.
Ooh.
They actually had Cincinnati chili on the there. They had Texas chili. They had your regular
Kansas City
spicy Kansas City chili.
Whatever
California
the nasty chilies that insist on putting beans in them.
And then they had Cincinnati chili. Which is interesting facts. I'm sure you didn't share the interesting fact that it is actually Greek style.
It is a
chili.
Greek, Greek immigrants, took some similar sauces and whatever they had on hand and made their own. And
no beans in that chili.
Hey, Blake, were you sure you weren't into chilies? Maybe that was it.
Baby back ribs?
Baby back.
I was in chilies. No,
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I was not into chilies. No, this was like a recommended cuisine restaurant in D.C. I can't remember the name of it, of course, but
Chili's.
Was it
no, it
salt?
wasn't chilies. But no, they had 4 chilies. They're like 4 chilies from the U.S. and one was Cincinnati chili. Cool. I was like, hey, cool. And then I didn't order it, of course.
Because you can get the best.
I get the natural
I'm not
stuff
sure
back
if
here.
DC would do it justice. It's like, I'm still kicking myself. I was visiting some relatives in Florida once, and we were going out to dinner, and just a restaurant near their house, nothing big. And I'm like, what do you guys recommend? And somebody said something like oh, maybe you should get the ribs. They got really good ribs. I got ribs. I'm like, I'm fucking in Florida. Why am I not eating seafood? These are worse than the bad ribs at home, and I could have been eating seafood.
Or alligator meat.
I would rather have done that than the ribs.
Tastes like chicken.
But you'd be surprised the number of people, if I go see them or go visit, they will like ask me to bring them cans of like Skyway chili with me.
Yeah.
Brian, what's number 4?
All right, number 4, I hobied this one.
Okay.
So we've got peanut butter and pickle sandwiches.
Oh,
I might have to try that. I like peanut butter on a lot of things. I like pickles on a lot of things.
awful.
It doesn't sound like it would go together, but
It's an acquired thing, but
any particular type of pickle? Is it like the
Just a dill pickle.
sliced dill pickles?
The giant one. It's a gherkin.
The giant
And then-
giant merkin pickles.
and then what I hobied it with is a cucumber and mayonnaise sandwich.
That's not bad.
I think I'd have to pass on that one.
I mean, I can have a cucumber salad. I like cucumber
I don't
salad.
like cucumbers. So.
I have no issue with that.
Yeah, it's just cucumbers,
Yeah.
mayonnaise, a little salt, pepper.
Yep. I get that.
White bread?
Yeah,
They do
Can I do wheat instead?
you could. You
Okay.
could. I mean, an English
What about
muffin.
rye?
sourdough.
Marbled rye?
Sourdough.
Probably not sourdough.
Okay.
Marbled rye, though.
Because the cucumbers are crunchy. You don't want the bread to be crunchy.
Crunchy
on top
as well.
Of it.
I gotcha.
it'd be-
Oh, so you don't toast the bread? I
No,
couldn't
just
do
like-
that? I'm not allowed to toast it?
I mean, you can. I mean, at that point, you're like, it's just like eating Captain Crunch. You got toasty bread, with the cucumber. So, but
So who introduced you to that?
my dad, it was something he ate growing up as a kid.
He invented it?
No, I mean, it was like just because like my grandparents had a huge garden.
It's a family thing.
Yeah.
He grew up in Kentucky.
Yes.
Was this after he drank the brown fire water?
No. Yeah, but so it was just like, they had like 13 kids.
Yeah.
So it was like they tried to, everything from the garden that they could, use. And that was just something that my grandfather, made for him one day. And
Eat everything.
yeah.
My dad, growing up, I mean, they didn't have a lot of money. He would say that, they ate butter and bread sandwich. That was it.
Yeah.
That was their dinner.
well, those are
Well,
good.
yeah, well,
They
you're-
are good.
Well, yeah. Also consider you said your grandpa, so you're talking like going back to the edge
Yeah.
of the Great Depression and stuff. It was like, hey,
When
here's what
water
you
was-
got. We're gonna make it work.
Right.
When water was only $3 a bottle.
Wow.
Jeff, what's your number 3?
I forgot. My number 3, calamari.
Oh,
That's calamari. I like calamari.
I like it, but I know a lot of people that don't.
me.
Do you like it breaded or unbreaded?
I prefer unbreaded, but I'll eat
Yeah.
it breaded.
Yeah, I like the unbreaded stuff better.
My number 3 for me is because my parents made it, my mom did, mush. Like the yellow mush. We would have it for...
Didn't we talk about this last week?
We see.
I think that's what brought it up, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because we were talking
Yeah.
about Geta and mush
Yeah.
and whatnot.
You put a little jelly on it.
grits.
See, I just don't
Grits is
understand.
tied with it, but grits
Yeah.
is popular a lot of places.
I don't understand why
love
someone would
grits.
actually call it mush. Knowing the word itself means icky yuck.
Because moist was taken.
I just know
But
it
I
from
mean,
the Little Rascals.
I think
That's
you would
it.
like make up something like, what do you call
Fine.
this dish?
Scrapple.
See, that would be better. I mean, it's like, what do we make
So
mush?
what exactly is that?
What is mush?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know if I ever wanted to know what it is.
Is it like a cornmeal type thing?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
it is.
yellow cornmeal.
Yeah, it's yellow cornmeal.
okay.
You put milk in it.
And what you can
Okay.
do is you can slice it. They have it at grocery store.
Yeah, yeah.
You slice it and you just fry it up.
Okay.
Sounds like polenta.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not as good when you're 42 years old.
Does it bring back the happy memory?
No, not so. But like I was eating, I'm like, and my wife's like, "That is disgusting." Look, I was like, "Oh, it can't be that bad." And then you start making, it, you're like, "Oh, we had jelly on it too." Okay, I tried. Oh, it's still not bad, but okay. I remember loving this as a kid.
And they sell that for polenta, at least. They charge a pretty penny at expensive restaurants for that. And I never particularly cared for whatever I've had.
Cornmeal pudding, which is usually boiled in water or milk.
Okay.
So it is set or gel into semi-solid and then cut into flat squares.
So it sounds exactly like polenta.
So Blake, what's your number 3?
Interesting.
I'm going to have to look up the difference between mush and polenta.
I was going to say the intern and I had something similar at number 3
About
together.
$16.
It's not pickles. But I love pickled onions, especially pickled pearl onions.
The pearl ones, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like in a martini.
yeah. But just straight raw, straight out of the pickled jar. It's good stuff, man.
See, I've never had them, but I assume I would like them since I dislike cucumbers but love pickles. I
Yeah.
figure other things I dislike, I would probably like it if it's been pickled.
Yeah.
And?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, you never tried.
I've never tried.
Well, see, that's the source of this top five. Is think about it and go try it.
the thing is, I don't want to pay money to buy a jar of it and then find out I don't like
So
it.
he'll just be outside your house, Blake.
So, like, if the
Wanna we finish
opportunity
that?
came to
Wanna
have
finish
it, then I would.
Well, if you go buy a jar of pickled onions,
And you don't like them, just bring them here.
Not in this studio.
Oh,
we will eat pickled onions
Bring 'em
next
here.
week. On
Bring 'em
2
here.
weeks.
Nope, next week you said it.
In 2 weeks in the studio.
bring it
pickled
here, and if you
onions.
don't like it, give me the jar. I'll take them home and eat them.
Blake, what's your number
I'm
two?
still spending money for things I'm not eating.
When have you ever spent money and not eat it, Jeff?
Well, that was rude.
Oh, he left it up there. I love you.
Oh man,
When they put sour cream on burritos.
Number two for you, Blake.
number two comes from a good story. It was the first time I was invited to a Spanish family's house, which was a big deal, as a guest for the holidays. And I went in, and things were going good. We were having, dry sherries and all that kind of stuff. And south of Spain was famous for, Jerez. And the father, of the house, the Don, basically grabs me and he's like, Blake, I want you to come here. I've got this,
Daughter.
special ham. Well, he had 3 daughters. That's a different story.
Sorry.
He goes, I want to, you have jamon serrano. I'm like, what is it? Ham? Yeah, sure, I'll have some ham. Takes me back to his kitchen, opens up this cabinet, and on this wood-mounted board is this large cured
Ham.
pig leg. Yes. And I'm talking about the shank. I'm talking about the hoof was still on it, all the way up into the hip where there's still gristle and skin. And they've been slicing thin slices off, like where the the tibia, fibia, or the femur, where is that? And I'm sitting there looking at that thing, and he looked at my face, and he just started laughing because obviously my face was revealing, like, what the fuck? But he starts laughing, and he cuts off this thin little piece of jamon serrano, gives it to me, and I'm like, well, I'm the guest in the house. I don't want to upset Don Garate. And I'm like, I eat it, and I'm like, hey, man, this is really good. I mean, the presentation could do a little working, but that's how you did. And then when you go out into these supermarkets there in Spain, you can especially go to the stores that sell these. That is it. It is be like 100 legs of, cured, ham legs, and you go and you buy them basically as a whole, and they're expensive. But yeah, because a lot of these hams and pigs, they'll only feed them like for example, acorns only. For the diet, for it gives them special flavors and stuff. But so I've hobied it. So I love the jamon serrano and the jamon iberico. And when I went to Italy and they brought out their version, and that's prosciutto, and I'm like, I was sold. I'm like, I love cured hams. Whether they're Spanish or Italian, man, those are good. But
Not Russian, though.
not I don't think they got any Russian cured hams, but maybe they do. Who knows? But no. Love the cured hams, man.
My number two for me, ate it growing up a lot, liver and onions. Love liver and onions. My mom got me hooked on it and never went back. So
Never had it.
it's good. It's good.
I've only had it a handful of times.
My parents did not like it, so
Yeah.
when they became adults, they never fixed it.
I've never had liver and onions.
It's good.
Thank God.
It's a little salty.
I just know I've seen too many Little Rascals shows again. Mush, liver, and onions. Don't eat them.
Number two for you, Jeff.
Number 2 for me is pretty much something I had growing up. Being in a Catholic family and Lent come around, sometimes you're trying to stretch to find meat dishes, or i.e. fish. I still don't know why fish aren't considered meat, but something we had that talking to other people, they all hated it growing up when their families had it, but those are salmon croquettes.
Okay.
Kind of like little salmon cakes, but they come out of a can, so most people probably don't like them. But
Are they breaded?
there's breading in it.
Okay,
to make
because
it a
I was going to
cake,
say,
yeah.
I like croquettes. I could do little bits of salmon, but I can't eat like a whole slice of salmon or a whole serving of salmon.
I mean,
It's too fishy for me.
It kind of like the consistency of like a crab cake, but
Yeah. I've had salmon cakes. I like those.
well,
So it'd be kind of similar to that, right?
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Cool.
But I know
Interesting.
a lot of people said they didn't like those when they had to eat them growing up. I'm like, oh, that's the one thing during Lent I was looking forward to was the night we had salmon croquettes.
Yeah.
At least that's what Mom called them. I don't know if they're called something else. They might just be called salmon cakes for all I know. But
Okay. Salmon squares.
they're round.
Jeff or Brian. Brian.
Yeah, I'm Brian.
Yes. Hi.
Number 2 for me, another thing that I can't really find that's good around here that I can mostly only find in Kentucky. Soup, beans, and cornbread.
Okay.
It's another one of those, like, it was always like a dinner with my grandparents. It's just, they grew all the beans, potatoes, onions. They, threw it in the pressure cooker, cooked. Like my grandma never stopped cooking. Like she cooked. She got up at like 5 a.m, started making breakfast. When the dishes were done, she started making dinner, and that was like one of the big things that we always had. And like around here, like you just can't, like you can't really find it. Like nobody really makes it. At least I haven't found it. So I usually have to make it at home, how I like it, or I have to wait till I go visit my parents and get it. But it's just another one of those things that I had growing up that, it's just not very popular around here.
What's your number 1?
So my number 1 is another Hobie. Let's see, we got Vienna sausages.
Oh.
And
Those are good.
the
Brian Blake's messing with Brian's mic.
so we got Vienna sausages and then the gas station hot dogs.
Oh, God.
Gas station hot dogs.
Don't do it.
Particularly Speedy. It's the Speedy dogs are the best.
Oh, my God. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
We were in Alabama coming home from vacation a couple weeks ago.
They were running you out of Alabama.
And we went to a gas station. I don't know which one it was, but it was a decent one. And it was 7:30 in the morning. And I'm walking in, and there was a trucker there. And obviously driving all night. And he's like, "Ma'am, I'll take two of those pepperoni sliced pizzas." And I'm thinking the whole time, "Don't do it, sir. Don't do it. Don't."
Yeah, the pizza, no. Don't
Don't
ever,
do it.
like, gas station sandwiches, like tuna salad, don't ever do it. Hot dogs, I'm telling you.
Sushi?
No. I mean, I don't know. I would,
The restaurant across the bar across the street from where I work, they had half price sushi now from 3 to 6, and I'm worried about that.
Gas station sushi.
no. But the hot dogs, I'm telling you, do it.
God.
And the Vienna sausages, love it. Oh, they're so good. Saltines and some salt.
Including corn dog? Hot dogs?
You can do corn dogs.
Corn
I'm fine with
dogs?
that.
Yeah, I don't mind them. I don't like, I mean, it's like a state fair kind of thing.
I'm more worried about the gas station dogs.
No, I'm telling you.
Jeff, help me out here. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is Braunschweiger.
Oh, that is good. Cons. Braunschweiger.
Well, yeah, if you can find cons.
I know, you can't find it anywhere.
I don't. Do they even make it? I don't think they use the name cons anymore.
Oh.
I think you have to go
Oh, that's
John
right.
Morrell.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Do you get a slice or the chunk? It's like
I slice it myself.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
It's, for lack of a better term, liverwurst.
But you put it on sandwich. It's like you can. It's deli sandwiches basically. But
All right.
Do you have them slice it, or
This
do
is
you?
a
No, I
Pat-
slice it myself.
Oh, I had them always.
So it's solidified. It's not a pate.
It's like a pate,
Yeah.
but it comes like, well, when I buy it anyway, it's in like a tube, but the ends are cut off. And you just cut it and take the
Okay.
tube off because that's not edible. But you know, it can spread like a pate. It's a little thicker than most pates, but it's spreadable or sliceable.
There you go. That's what it looks like.
Looks like marbled rye.
No. That's a marble rye sandwich.
No, I see. It's in between there.
Yeah.
I got it.
Good one. I forgot all about that. I grew up eating that.
Well, same here, and yeah, when I'm at the supermarket, I always look around and say, oh, yeah, we'll take some more of that this week.
So it's kind of like what that is to Cincinnati, kind of like what pierogies are to Northeast Ohio.
I don't know if is that a Cincinnati thing?
It could be
German
German,
influence?
yeah.
I guess the German influence it would be.
My number one is something my grandpa got me hooked on: Limburger cheese. Love Limburger cheese on crackers, saltine crackers. But yeah, he used to eat it with ketchup. He used to do bread, Limburger, and ketchup.
Okay.
But I never did that. It was okay, but it wasn't. But yeah, I would always do Limburger cheese on crackers. Problem is that it smells really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could never get it close enough to my mouth to taste it.
But it tastes
because
really
this-
good.
Probably does. I've
Yeah.
never had it.
You gotta get the spread. You gotta get the spread because you can do it in slices too. They have.
Yeah, you don't want the slices.
Yeah.
You want the spreadable Limburger.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want it at
Yeah.
all.
But you know, it's kind of interesting you say Limburger because I think in this past week I saw on the History Channel in the Great Depression, Wisconsin, or Minnesota, major exporter of cheeses in the U.S. because they expanded their market because they had to make money, and the postmaster in Iowa refused to carry the Limburger from Wisconsin because it stunk, and all the mail carriers complained about it. And
Yeah,
then they
way to
said-
go, Doug.
Yeah. But then they made the postmaster, the governor of Wisconsin, I think it was, had a meeting with the postmaster in Iowa and said, will you please try this cheese? And if you like it, will you continue to carry it again? Because, we need the revenue.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. So they met, and he ate the cheese, and he's like, yeah, I liked it. So they started carrying cheese again. The Limburger.
The Limburger.
Wisconsin.
People I know who eat Limburger tend to eat it with raw onions.
Yeah.
And I hate raw onions. Unless maybe they're pickled. I haven't had those
Unless
yet.
they're on a burger.
Oh, no, God,
You
no.
don't like raw onions on burgers?
Onions on burgers are terrible.
Love it.
Onions on
don't
cheese
like
conies
onions.
are terrible. That's a way to ruin a cheese coney.
I get
that's
the
how
onion with no mustard.
Yeah, well,
That's
see, I
how
like
I-
the mustard, though.
I don't
But
mind it, but it just, to me, the mustard and the chili, it tastes. I don't like it. It takes away some of the taste of the chili to me.
I think it adds to the
Yeah.
I like the onion. That's how I get my 4-way.
I don't get a 4-way.
Skyline
Because it's
my
got
chili.
onions.
I like 3 ways.
Cincinnati chili 4-way with onions.
That's the thing is raw onions, it's the only thing I taste when they're
Yeah.
on it.
Well, I also like a lot of hot sauce on there too. But you got to put it on there on top and then put the cheese on it so that the hot sauce is buried in underneath the cheese and sandwiched.
I
in
will
between.
say, I do love Skyline's hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
It's
is
it's so
good.
I
good.
do have good hot sauce. And oyster crackers.
It's an endorphin rush.
Thursday, by the way, is National Chili Dog Day,
Oh.
so make sure to patronize your local.
And I will say, chili dog with regular chili are not good. They're not, conies are much better than any chili dog,
Yeah,
especially if there's beans in the chili. Beans on a hot dog. Ugh.
that's the only way I've ever made my personal chili is with beans. But that's another one of those. Just I grew up with it, and I developed the taste for it. So
Never liked beans.
Kinda
and
like murder.
I think I realized it's
Developed a taste for it.
it's the texture of beans that I
cannibalism.
really, really hate.
yeah,
Once you get into the middle of a bean, that gritty, sandy texture, just no. It's like sand; it gets everywhere, and I hate it.
trying to think. The only honorable mention.
Blake's
I had,
number
I
one.
got one. I got.
Oh, I thought you were done.
The only reason I would have ate this in the first place, if this was here in the States and they said, "Here, have a plate of this," I would have said, "Fuck off." But when I was in Italy, my favorite place was La Taverna dei Sapori, and it was run by Mariella and Pepe. And they brought this dish out, and she's like, "Hey, buen provecho, try this." And I'm like, and I looked at it, and it looked like kind of like fried wontons, but a little different. So I went in and I ate it, and I'm like, "Man, this is really good." I'm like, "What is this?" She said, and she is like, "These are deep fried pumpkin flowers." I'm like, "What?"
I'm guessing it's Rocky Mountain oysters.
No.
Oh.
Deep fried pumpkin flowers. So you take the flowers off of pumpkin plants.
bloom? Yeah.
You take the bloom, and you can batter these up, and you can deep fry them. So there's different ways you can have it. You can have a straight deep fried pumpkin flower, or what they do in Italy there, she would also take those and stuff them with a ricotta cheese, or
That sounds good.
yeah, or with like a cream cheese, the same thing, and I was like, holy moly, there's no way I would have ever tried deep fried, pumpkin flowers if I wasn't in someplace exotic.
This is before or after you met
quote
with the
unquote.
daughters.
Yeah.
I have a daughter.
So no, I was like, so I'm like, it's really good. And, I wish I could try them again sometime because they were good, surprisingly.
Okay, honorable mentions?
No.
About the only honorable mention I had was black licorice.
Oh, okay.
Just because I know a lot of people don't like it.
Nah.
I could do Zambuca.
Then you can do black licorice.
I eat hot dogs.
Yeah, but Zambuca has alcohol.
I do hot dogs right out of the package. No cooking. Mm. Well, it's cooked,
But
but
you
yeah.
won't eat a gas station hot dog?
no.
Yeah, but you won't eat one that's actually cooked.
Gas station hot dog. Anyone else?
I would say I did think about putting this on my list, but it was too common. It's like, a lot of people don't like dark chocolate.
Yeah, I like dark
I
chocolate.
love dark
Yeah.
chocolate. Milk chocolate is like,
Yeah.
it's like watered down beer or something. It's like, give me the
well,
dark
you're all
chocolate.
wrong on that. Milk chocolate is like God's gift
Oh,
to
no.
humans. Dark chocolate is okay in the right circumstance.
I'll eat bricks of dark chocolate all day.
We had some from our listeners.
Let's hear what our listeners had to say.
I did have an honorable
Yes.
mention.
Which one?
Bologna.
Oh, yeah, bologna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Fried
bologna.
bologna.
No, regular bologna.
Just
Yep.
regular, like on a sandwich.
Pretty much any deli meat I'm pretty good with, except pickle loaf.
I was just about to say that.
Not pickle loaf.
The one with the olives in it?
Olive loaf, go for it.
But I will say fried is not bad. We have a fried bologna sandwich at Dana's now, which we just started carrying that like last year or so. It's very good.
You got to cut a thing in the middle because usually it
For the
bubbles and
egg.
domes up. Oh, you put an egg
yeah,
on
or
it.
you could do that. Yeah, you
Oh.
could like instead of cutting a hole in the toast, like in doing that, like if you cut a smaller hole in the bologna and then
I just
fry
know
the
because
egg.
usually when you try to
Yeah.
fry it,
Yeah,
it
it-
domes up
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it doesn't escape. But
Yes.
bologna, if I eat bologna sandwiches, that's the only sandwich that I actually like Miracle Whip on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good too.
Because mayonnaise is so much better than Miracle Whip. I
one of
don't
the few-
understand how people think otherwise.
But I'm not a.
It's one of the few sandwiches I actually use, deli sandwiches I use ketchup on, bologna. I hardly ever use
I
ketchup.
can't put ketchup on deli sandwiches.
Can we state for the record
Yes, we can.
that there were no Oreos and salsa on our list?
No, somebody did post that.
I'm like,
Why is that an Ohio
It's
thing?
not.
Because
no, it's
It's a
somebody.
troll.
It's a troll job. It's got to be.
it's probably somebody from Michigan.
That's what that was my first thought.
Damn Michiganders.
Alabama. Cinema Guys had Rocky Mountain oysters were one of his favorites.
He
Brad?
actually likes them. Okay.
Oh, chocolate covered bacon.
Eh.
I like it, but it didn't make my list. But I like them, but I don't like them together. Even though when I tried it, I'm like, yeah, this is good because this is some good chocolate. Now it's bacon. I was like, it just didn't seem right.
Steve. Sorry. No, you're fine. I didn't like chocolate covered bacon. Steve
like
at
chocolate-covered bacon.
EILFM podcast. Everything I learned from movies. He said, I spent a month in China a while back and tried cooked bugs like worms, scorpion, cockroaches. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Can't wait for insects to be turned into viable protein with a few good spices. I've tried some insects before, like on dares. It's not bad. It depends on it, but it's not bad. One of the things I actually had an honorable mention: Fruit Loop Pop-Tarts. Fruit Loop Pop-Tarts. Nope. And let's see here. Sorry. We had one other one. Nope, never mind. That's it. Sorry. So, there you go. That was your top 5.
Yeah, step your game up, listeners.
Bad idea of the week, number 822. I don't have one. Scrapple.
I was going to say Fruit Loop Pop-Tarts.
There you go. Fruit Loop Pop-Tarts, 823.
That would be higher than that.
Okay, 423. We're going to do it right now. Addendum, titles for the show. We're going to do it like now.
Because you can't do it in a minute and a half later.
I have Keegan, my future wife. Don't know what that is. I confused it with Vietnam. Fluffy and not shaved. Gherkins, not merkins. Kentucky well water. And merkin pickles.
I had gherkins and merkins. I had 10 years after chicken soup. Mimi Rogers fan club.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like what that Pop-Tart's done to you. And you put boobies on Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Brian?
I had 2 months and 89. We will not slander Jim Halpert in this room. He really did do it for the Nookie. Mimi Rogers has real thumbs. They made me eat the crust. The Conan O'Brien of Pop-Tarts. And I do some good fisting.
I like the Mimi Rogers has real thumbs.
I
don't know.
Conan O'Brien of Pop-Tarts.
I don't know why she doesn't have real thumbs, or somebody doesn't.
Jason thinks Megan Fox's hands are
They're not natural.
disgusting
thumbs.
looking. Her thumbs look like toes.
Yeah.
Is what he's been saying for years.
Right up your butt.
You put toes up your butt?
Mimi Rogers has real thumbs. That's what I'm going with. Change approved.
Can we do that?
Apple may
What?
not let us put
Use
Mimi
a
Rogers
person's
on
name
it.
in our
Oh,
title.
right. Gherkins, not merkins?
I think we did a Merkin joke.
Yeah,
in
we did.
the first year of our podcast.
No.
But did we say Merkins pickles? No.
I don't know. I don't remember what the name of it was. It could have been Merkin Pickles. But
Fluffy and what's that?
Fluffy and not shaved?
Fluffy and not shaved?
I confused it with Vietnam.
He really did it for the Nookie, or they made me eat the crust, are my 2 favorites.
Brian won the picks. So, Brian, you get to pick.
All right.
You want?
He really did do it for the Nookie.
Okay.
he really did do it for the note.
Change approved. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.